There we go. Wait. There we go. Yow! I wanted to watch this and then we could do shits, man. But not for too long, this one.
Its own
The entire history of jungle. Now, I know jungle, like, way back when it started, was it even, like, a real role? Because the dragons were useless, no, till, like, recent times? I don't know, we'll watch it.
There is one role in League of Legends that doesn't play by the rules. A role that is transformed season after season, slowly gaining its own
Otacon.
identity, with many champions coming in and out of viability, and many different
Is that
items being
Blitzcrank?
added and removed. The jungle
True.
has created some of the most iconic professional players, and fundamentally shaped
Can't
how
name
League
one.
of Legends plays. So let me
What the
take you on a
fudge?
journey through the entire history of the jungle. Before looking at the original roster of champions, let's first look at what the actual jungle was
Why does Blue Buff have kids? Why does Blue Buff have kids?
like on release. When League of Legends initially released, there was only 5 jungle camps, not 6. Blue buff, wolves, wraiths, red buff, and golems.
Oh,
The
Grump
camps
wasn't there.
themselves were also different, as red and blue buff had additional monsters surrounding them, and the golems, wolves, and wraiths would all spawn before red and blue buff. This
Oh.
gave players 15 seconds to clear one of the smaller
Oh
camps
my gosh,
before
Gragas
taking
Barrel.
a buff. The other difference was the respawn timers. Small camps would respawn after 1 minute
He just
and 40
one-shot that.
seconds. This meant that the camps would almost constantly be up. This was also the case because
Peak.
jungle starting items literally didn't exist, so clearing the camps took much longer, allowing for other camps to respawn.
Oh my gosh.
Junglers would start with either boots and 5 potions, cloth armor
Did bro say 5 potions? Oh my gosh.
and 5 potions, or for select AP champions, Doran's Ring. With no jungle item, these potions were extremely important, as without them, junglers would just die to their own camps.
You're right. What the fudge were you thinking? What the fudge were you thinking?
This also meant that leashing was standard, as junglers needed all the help they could get to clear their own camps. This meant that the champions that had enough sustain to survive would become the champions that could jungle. From the original roster of champions, Master Yi, Amumu,
Oh.
Malphite, Shaco, and Tryndamere were all basically the same as they are today. With their sustain and AoE damage, they were all seen as viable junglers. Fiddle was also able to jungle with the drain from his W, but at this time it was single target, not AoE.
So where was Jarvan
Fiddle's
played?
E was also very different, being a bouncing crow that silenced enemies, but his ult and Q were relatively similar. Nuno and Willump were very different back on League of Legends release. They didn't have their iconic big snowball. Instead, they had
Wow.
a small ice ball on their E. Their ult and consume were very similar, except that each time you ate a monster, you got movement speed and maximum health, stacking up to 5 times.
Oh my
Nuno's
gosh.
W was completely different, granting them and an ally attack speed, movement speed, and AP.
Brother,
But
what
it was
am I
obvious that
watching?
Nuno could jungle with the true damage and sustain on their Q. Warwick before his rework was very similar, being able to sustain in the jungle from his auto attacks and his Q.
Yeah.
His W used to be an attack speed steroid, and his
Oh,
E used to
shiz.
be the Blood Hunt. But what was most crazy about Warwick was his ult used to be point and click. Rammus was also basically the same, except his ultimate didn't have the leap, instead just doing AoE damage around Rammus, but Rammus was tanky enough to survive in the jungle. Dr. Mundo was quite different. His passive was simply more health regen.
True.
His Q and ult worked much the same as today, but his
Eh.
W was a strange ability.
Yeah.
It was a toggled ability that cost health to use, but did AoE damage around Mundo. Mundo's E was also different, giving him magic resist every time he took magic damage or spent health on his W. It could also be activated to give Mundo AD based on his missing health.
Oh my
Karthus and Evelyn were also a part of this original roster, but at the time, many people didn't see them as junglers, as they didn't have the sustain required to survive in the jungle.
Aura.
Karthus was almost exactly the same as he is today, just looking much worse.
Oh.
But Evelyn was quite different. She had a passive invisibility right from level 1, and her Q was very similar, being the line of spikes, but it had a flat 1.5 second cooldown. Evelyn's old W gave her a burst of movement speed, reduced by 1 second every time she damaged the enemy. Her old E was very similar, being a close range attack that applied on-hit damage. Evelyn's old ult was an AoE ability that dealt damage based on the enemy's current health, slowing them and giving Evelyn a shield based on how many champions she hit. But at this point in League's history, Evelyn was not a jungler. The neutral objectives were also different. Dragon looked like this and first spawned at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The rewards for killing the dragon were also different, simply giving 240 global gold. Baron looked absolutely cooked, and it would first spawn at 15 minutes into the game.
Jeez.
The rewards for killing the Baron were 900 XP and 250 gold to each player on the team.
Pretty decent.
The Baron buff granted 40 AP and AD, 3% health regen, and 15 increased mana regen. After release, it didn't take long for Riot to add one of the most OG junglers into the game. On the 2nd of December 2009, Udyr was added to the League of Legends roster. With his stance swapping abilities, he was an interesting
the winter
champion.
map.
But back on release,
The winter map is fire,
Udyr
bro.
didn't have his awakened spirit abilities, just simply auto attacks and stances. In Udyr's champion spotlight, he was the first champion to be described as a jungler. 2 weeks later, Riot would add Nidalee to the champion roster, but at this time, Nidalee was seen as a top laner or a mid laner,
Why is there 2 people
not
up here?
as a jungler. 2 months after, Gragas was released. Gragas had basically the same kit, except that back at this time, Gragas had to stand still to use his W, and it didn't give him an empowered auto attack, instead restoring mana. But the sustain from his passive and his AoE damage meant that he was able to survive in this harsh early season jungle. Then the final jungler to be added before League of Legends Season 1 was Olaf. In his champion spotlight, it wasn't mentioned that he could jungle, but with his passive attack speed and sustain from W, he was very viable. The Smite Summoner spell was also different at this time.
Oh, I thought
Smite
it was
used to
added.
deal 420 true damage at its base, and then gain 35 more damage every time you leveled up. There was also no jungle timers on the map, so playing jungle, you had to track all the respawns in your head, or for many junglers, they would type the respawns of the buffs in the chat. At this time, there was only one item created specifically for junglers, Madred's Razor. Madred's Razor had a unique passive that your basic attacks against minions and monsters had a 15% chance to deal 500 bonus magic damage. This item would build into Madred's Blood Razor, which buffed your basic attacks to deal magic damage equal to 2% of the target's maximum health, further helping with jungle clear. But it wasn't easy for junglers to obtain these items. In the beginning of League's history, the jungle camps didn't give much gold, so junglers would often play similar to a secondary support. They would buy gold generation items like Heart of Gold, Philosopher's Stone, and Kage's Lucky Pick.
So we were
But it wasn't even guaranteed to have a jungler in every single game. In these early days, many teams opted for the 2-1-2 strategy, having 2 laners in the top lane. This was intended by Riot, as they originally wanted jungle to be an optional role not in every single game.
What are we talking
even
about?
though having a jungler was optional at this time, Season 1 was about to release some of the most iconic jungle champions that would shape the future of the role.
Let's get it.
Season 1 would begin with the release of an extremely iconic jungler, Xin Zhao. In his champion spotlight,
Why does he
Xin
look like
Zhao was shown as a jungler, and was relatively the same. With his 3 attack knockup, and his ult. But Xin Zhao's passive used to be different, reducing the armor of one target that Xin Zhao had recently attacked. His E
Oh
was just a
shit.
basic dash, and his W used to be a passive that gave him crit and an active that gave him attack speed. On this first patch, Wriggle's Lantern was also added to the game.
Oh shiz.
Wriggle's Lantern, built out of Madrid's Razor and
I don't know what
Vamp
that is
Scepter.
actually.
Its unique passive was slightly better than Madrid's Razor, giving a 20% chance on attack to deal 500 damage to a minion or monster. But more importantly, its unique active
What
was to
the
place
fuck?
an invisible ward within 1100 range. The ward lasted for 3
Yo,
minutes
what is
and
this
had a
old
3-minute
leak?
cooldown. This further emphasized the supportive nature of jungle, giving them consistent wards at a time when trinkets didn't even exist, meaning the jungler was responsible for getting deep vision in the enemy jungle. Then Trundle was released with the same
What?
kit as he has today.
He looks
But on
ugly as shit. Oh my.
released, he looked like an absolute abomination. I guess he really
Look at the size of that thing. What the fuck?
really encapsulated the ugly troll fantasy. Following Trundle
You mean troll
was
what?
Maokai, but he wasn't shown as a jungler in his spotlight. However, he was capable of jungling with his passive sustain and AoE on his Q and E. Maokai's ult at the time was very different. He could place down a zone that reduced the damage that allies take,
That's
then
pretty
he
cool.
could deactivate the area to make it explode,
That's
dealing
pretty
damage to enemies.
He's
Following
gonna die.
Maokai was Jarvan, and on release, Jarvan had the same abilities as he has today,
Of course.
except that in his spotlight, he was not shown to be a jungler. He was shown to be a mid laner. However,
That's
he
crazy.
was highlighted as having great jungle setup with his Q and E combo. And Riot was on a crazy run with junglers in Season 1, as Nocturne was the next champion to be released.
Ooh,
Again,
huge.
he had the same abilities as today, but unlike Jarvan, Nocturne was absolutely released with the intention of being a jungler.
100%.
His AoE damage from passive and his Q were all intended to help with his clear, and his ult was clearly designed to be a ganking tool. But the biggest release of
Show
Season
me his
1
ult.
was a champion that has become the face of the jungle. Lee Sin was added as both a
Lee Sin.
laner and a
I can have
jungler
guessed that.
with the exact same abilities as he has today. But it was clear that at this time, players had not yet tapped in to the limits of Lee Sin, and it would take some
Ooh,
time
aura.
before Lee Sin became the iconic jungler we know him as today. On April 26, 2011, Alistair was reworked. His old passive was that Alistair did extra damage to turrets, but this was quite
True.
useless. So Riot changed it to
He's
Trample,
gonna die.
which did AoE damage around Alistair every time he cast an ability. This AoE passive damage was doubled against minions and monsters, making Alistair a very viable jungler. The second last jungler to be released in Season 1 was Wukong, with all the same abilities,
I gotta stop
except that
hitting that
Wukong's
emote.
W worked much differently. It had no dash, and the clone didn't mirror Wukong's abilities, being mainly used for mind games and the stealth. And to end Season 1, Skarner was released into the game.
Skarner.
This was the old version of Skarner, when his passive was energized, which reduced the cooldowns of Skarner's abilities whenever he attacked an enemy. His Q was a spammable
shiz.
AoE damage ability that if used in succession would deal extra damage and slow. His W was a simple shield that gave movement speed. His E was a straight line skill shot that damaged and marked enemies. Hitting marked enemies healed Skarner.
Jeez.
Finally, his R was Impale, a point and click suppress that
Oh,
allowed
that looks
Skarner
like
to
shiz.
drag the target around. This original Skarner was a Q spamming bruiser type champion that was great at sticking on enemies with slows and movement speed. In his champion spotlight, they showed that Skarner was specifically designed to be a jungler, with AoE damage and sustain from his W and E.
Of
At
course.
World Season 1, the meta of 5-man invades was fairly standard, so most teams would stack as 5 and try to defend the jungle or invade. This also meant that level 1 leashes involved 3 to 4 players, especially when an invade occurred. Supports would run Clairvoyance, since removed summoner spell that acted like Blue Trinket, except it was global, and could be used right
Look
from
how
level
locked in
1
bro is.
with only a 60-second cooldown. This meant that scouting the jungle at
These dudes
level
are like
1
40
was
by
much
now, by the way.
easier,
That's
as well as
insane.
keeping track of the enemy jungler. It was also normal at this time for junglers to give their mid laners blue buff. Without Lost Chapter or mana runes in the game, having blue buff gave mid laners so much power against their lane opponent, as they had near endless mana. As for champion picks, Nunu was by far the most popular jungler, as his consume made him very consistent. The other popular junglers were Jarvan, Warwick, and Amumu, with obscure picks like Alistar, Nocturne, and even Rammus thrown in every now and then. One of the most
Shushi.
iconic junglers of the early NA scene would also attend Season 1 Worlds, the Odd One.
Oh my, he looks so
Unfortunately,
awkward.
he
That's
finished
exactly
third,
how I imagine
losing
him.
to Against All Authority. In the end, Fnatic won Season 1 Worlds, with Cyanide their jungler, playing mainly Jarvan 4. And while junglers had a hard time
Jarvan
clearing
4,
and
baby.
weren't really a carry role in Season 1, Season 2 was about to bring some huge improvements to jungling.
Where's bro's shirt?
In the preseason of Season 2, Graves, Shyvana, and Volibear were all added to the champion roster.
my
Graves on
gosh.
release was not a jungler, as he didn't have his buckshot autos that would allow him to knock back the jungle camps. Shyvana on release was recognized as being both a jungler and a top laner in a
Why
champion
is she bad?
spotlight, but mainly shown as a top laner. Her abilities were all quite similar to today, except that she didn't have the stacking passive based on dragon
before
kills.
rework?
Volibear was
Probably.
very different on release, with one of his most iconic moves, the flip. Volibear's Q worked much the same as today, where he speeds up and begins running, but instead of stunning the enemy, Volibear used to flip enemies like Singed. His passive used to activate upon reaching 30% HP, where he would heal
What is this
for
shit?
30% of his maximum health over 6 seconds. Volibear's W was a passive that granted stacking attack speed, and then at 3 stacks, he could use the active on his W to bite the enemy. His E was a roar that damaged and slowed enemies and would also fear monsters. Finally, Volibear's ult would empower his autos with chain lightning for 12 seconds.
Yeah.
But most importantly during this preseason, Riot rebalanced the jungle camps,
Oh.
making them much easier to clear and making jungle much more viable. Riot added a passive to the small camps, healing the killer based on how much health they are missing, and a few patches later, they made camps also restore mana, making junglers worry less about spell usage. Jungle camps were also changed to have their health, damage, experience, and gold rewards increase with game length, instead of just having their health increase with each respawn. This gave junglers better sustain while clearing and more golden experience, making them much more of a carry role rather than just a secondary support. But the champion releases during Season 2 didn't stop at pre-season. Sejuani was next to be released, but her abilities were
naked.
quite different. She had the same Q, but it didn't knock up. And her ult wasn't just single target, but a huge AoE stun.
Oh my gosh.
Sejuani's ult W would create a storm around her, dealing damage to enemies. And her ult E would increase her passive slow and deal extra damage. On the same patch as Sejuani being released, Jax was reworked, changing his passive from extra stats when purchasing items to the stacking attack speed of today. This allowed Jax a much easier time with his early jungle clear, making him a viable jungler. The next champion to be added to the jungle roster was actually Nautilus. In Nautilus's champion spotlight, he was never displayed as a support, being called a great ganking jungler and a tank damage threat. Then Hecarim was added to the champion roster, with basically the exact same kit as he has today. And in his champion spotlight, he was shown to be a great jungler. Hecarim was followed by Diana, who was shown to be a jungler in her champion spotlight. And on release, Diana had her E and ult swapped. Her E used to be the AoE pull-in, but didn't do damage, and her ult was the dash, and it did much more damage. But the Season 2 champion releases didn't stop there, as there were 2 more junglers that were added to the roster, Rengar and Kha'Zix.
Hmm.
Kha'Zix was basically exactly the same as today, but
Cool.
Rengar was quite different. Rengar used to have 5 ferocity bars, not 4, and he didn't
Oh,
get any
shit.
ferocity from the leap. But there was no
What?
timer on his
He looks
ferocity,
like shit.
meaning you could keep your bar stacked and walk around the map.
Oh.
Rengar used to have to buy his bone tooth necklace in the shop for 800 gold,
You gotta be
and it
kidding me.
acted more like Mabye's, gaining stacks on kill and losing stacks on death. At 3 stacks, Rengar gained 10 armor penetration and 5% CDR. At 6 stacks, Rengar gained 25 movement speed. At 9 stacks, Rengar's leap gained 150 bonus range.
Explain
And
that.
at 14 stacks,
Okay, fuck me.
Rengar's ult duration was increased by 3 seconds and generated an additional ferocity after an ability
Ooh.
usage.
That's cool.
At this time, Rengar's W was also different. It used to grant him bonus armor and magic resist if it hit an enemy. And with ferocity, it used to heal him for a percentage of his missing health, meaning that Rengar didn't yet have his grey health mechanic and cleanse on ferocity W. Rengar's E used to be a targeted ability, not a skill shot.
Oh, shit.
But Kha'Zix and Rengar would both be banned by Riot
Lil
for Season
boss.
2
Oh.
Worlds. The most popular junglers at Season 2 Worlds would be Maokai, Skarner, and Dr. Mundo. But there was one very interesting pick that showed up in quite a few games. Shen Jungle. Shen was a meta top laner at the time, and it turns out he could be flexed into the jungle role. Attending the tournament would be some of the most iconic Western junglers of Hotshot GG, I Will Dominate, Snoopy,
Is that
and
dead ass
Diamond
dumb?
Prox. Clear
Holy
Love
shiz.
would also make his first appearance on the world
What
stage.
is that haircut, dog?
And we would also see the return of the Odd One, making his second Worlds appearance. But in the end, TPA would win the final series,
Lil
where their
balls.
jungler, Little Balls, only played Dr. Mundo.
Yeah.
But not just that, more than half the games Little Balls played at Season 2 Worlds were all on Dr. Mundo.
Type shit,
And
bro.
understandably, he chose Dr. Mundo to have the world skin.
Uh-huh.
Right after Season 2
What a
Worlds,
world skin, bro.
Elise was added to the game. She had the exact same abilities as she does today, and was shown
How
to
many
be a
times is he gonna say
jungler
that?
in her champion spotlight. The pre-season 3 changes would further on the identity of jungle not just being a secondary support. Camps became harder to
God.
take, and more of the power was distributed into the large monster at each camp. The scaling rewards from the jungle camps were increased even more,
Nice.
making clearing camps more rewarding. There were also new jungle items added. The most important of all these items was Hunter's Machete. Hunter's Machete had a unique passive that gave 10% extra damage and made basic attacks deal 10 bonus true damage to monsters. Hunter's Machete would then build into Madrid's Razor and Wriggle's Lantern, but also into another new jungle item, being Spirit Stone. Spirit Stone gave 20% damage to monsters and gave health and mana regen. Spirit Stone then built into 3 new jungle items: Spirit of the Ancient Golem, Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, and Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Each of these
Lizard.
jungle items were targeted at either tanks, AP users, or AD users, with unique passives like Tenacity, Spell Vamp,
Still
and a
don't know what that
burn
does.
on basic attacks and spell damage. This gave much better jungle clear to junglers throughout the game, but also opened up better support for AP and tank junglers as they
Oh
had
my
jungle
gosh, she's going
items
crazy.
other than Madrid's Razor. Riot would also remove Heart of Gold, but with the scaling rewards from jungle camps, Heart of
Vibes.
Gold wouldn't be needed anymore, and jungle started to become more of a carry role rather than just a secondary support. The preseason would also see Vi getting added to the champion roster. Vi's abilities haven't changed since release.
That's
But
cool.
what is super interesting is that throughout her entire champion spotlight, there is absolutely no mention of Vi jungling. Vi was originally meant to be a top laner, but it wouldn't take long for the player base to realize how good she was in jungle. Next to be released was Zac, who was actually different than today. Zac's old Q was very simple, just being a straight line skill shot that did damage and slowed enemies in front of him. In his spotlight, Zac was shown as both a top laner and a jungler. But the next champion to be added to the roster was not just a little
you,
bit
Zach.
different, but today is an entirely different champion.
Kindred.
Aatrox on release had
Aatrox?
completely different abilities, so I will quickly run you through what they were. Aatrox's old passive was a revive that filled during combat. His old Q was a dash that knocked up and dealt damage. His old W was the most important part of his kit, a toggled ability that empowered his auto attacks. It could either be Blood Price, costing health to do more damage every third auto, or Blood Thirst, restoring health every third auto. This sustain and 2 AoE abilities made him a very viable jungler.
What the fuck
Season
is that?
3 also saw a slew of visual gameplay updates to junglers. Sejuani, Trundle, and Master Yi all had their looks modernized.
Cool.
Master Yi and Trundle largely had the same abilities, with Master Yi getting his true damage on E, but Sejuani saw a larger gameplay update, giving her a new passive and a new W. Sejuani's new passive gave bonus armor when damaging enemies with abilities or attacks, and her new W would empower her next basic attack. After hitting it or the timer running out, Sejuani would swing her flail, dealing magic damage to nearby enemies, and her old frost passive was removed from her E. In May of this year, Riot would host the All-Star 2013 Shanghai event. This event would consist of one team from each region, containing the best players for each role. These regions would compete against one another in a single elimination tournament. But the most important moment of this tournament would happen in Round 1, Game 1, with Europe versus Korea. This is the game where the player Insec would cement himself in League of Legends history.
Oh, is it Lee Sin?
Kicking Yellow Pete back into his team and winning the fight. This is now a standard Lee Sin combo, but at the time it was revolutionary. And as Insec showed it to the world, this combo
is that the
would
shy?
forever be known as the Insec. On patch 3.8, an up-and-coming YouTuber by the name of Trick2G would drop a video that would explode in popularity, called Nunu Jungle My Way. Trick2G exposed that with the jungle XP changes, Nunu could easily consume Smite to steal the first buff and ruin the enemy jungler's game. In this video,
the first
Trick
invade
runs through the enemy jungle, stealing every camp, leaving the enemy Zac completely homeless. And then just 2 patches later, on 3.10, Riot changed the amount of XP red and blue buff gave. In the patch preview video, there is a direct nod to Trick2G, with a Nunu with the same skin stealing camps. The Season 3 Worlds meta would be dominated by Elise, Lee Sin, and Jarvan, with Aatrox and Vi being alternative options. Now that much of the camp rewards have been placed on the large monsters, players would now counter jungle, only taking the larger monster and leaving the smaller ones.
That's fun.
This was peak counter jungling, as you stole the enemy's gold, but their camps would also not respawn until all the smaller monsters were taken. Returning players of the Odd One, Diamond Prox, and Cyanide were all at the tournament, and new faces of Xmithy, Bengi, and Meteos would make their international debut. Season 3 would begin the SKT dynasty. SKT would completely dominate this tournament, only losing 3 games. SKT's jungler Bengi would clean house on Lee Sin, playing him in 50% of his games in the tournament and only losing once while playing him. So obviously, Bengi had to pick Lee Sin for his world skin. In the pre-season for Season 4, trinkets were added to the game, and this was very impactful to the jungle. With everyone having free wards, ganking routes became a lot harder. But it wasn't all bad for junglers in Season 4, as the final 6th jungle camp was added to the game. The White was located where Gromp is now, giving another camp for junglers to farm, increasing their gold and XP, making junglers even more of a carry role. Jungle monsters were also given a leveling system that scaled up throughout the game based on the average level of the team, giving more gold and XP based on what level the camp is. These 2 improvements meant that junglers could farm and get gold easier, as with the new trinkets it was harder to gank. Dragon Gold scaling was also added, providing the same scaling importance throughout the game. As Season 4 began, Gragas was updated. His W was changed, allowing him to walk while drinking, giving him the empowered auto attack. His body slam was also changed to knock back and stun enemies. On this same patch, Rengar was reworked. Because of the addition of trinkets, Riot decided to make Rengar's Bone Tooth necklace a trinket. His Bone Tooth necklace was made free, and his trophies were no longer lost on death. The rewards for trophies were also changed. 3 trophies gave movement speed out of combat or in bushes, 6 trophies gave increased leap range, 12 trophies increased ult stealth duration, and 20 trophies doubled the ult movement speed.
He missed.
Rengar's E was also made into a skill shot, and the ult indicator for enemies was added, making them aware if Rengar is within 1000 units during the ult. But even more importantly, Regal's Lantern was updated to evolve into a very special item, Feral Flare.
Oh my god.
Feral Flare was awesome. After killing 25 jungle monsters, your Wriggles Lantern would upgrade into Feral Flare. Feral Flare had a unique passive that on champion
He's got
kills,
his Facebook. Oh my gosh, his Facebook, bro.
and large monster kills, you would gain Feral Stacks. These Feral Stacks would give the owner on-hit magic damage and on-hit healing. So, if you were a farming on-hit jungler, Feral Flare was absolute heaven. I have such fond memories of power farming camps all game and then coming out of the jungle as an absolute god. If you got enough Feral Flare stacks, champions like Master Yi, Shyvana, and Udyr would do stupid amounts of damage by the end of the game.
Bro, that
Soloing
sounds
Baron
broken. Holy
and being able to completely 1v5. This strategy would dominate solo queue, but as for pro play, it wasn't as popular. Season 4 also saw Nidalee become more jungle viable. Originally, Nidalee didn't have her ultimate available at level 1, but with this rework, she got Cougar form right from level 1. This meant she had the Cougar AoE abilities helping with her clear. She also got her Prowl passive, marking champions after hitting them with human Q or W, but this passive didn't apply to jungle monsters just yet. At Season 4 Worlds, Kha'Zix, Lee Sin, and Jarvan...
Is that Bjergsen? No way, it's Bjergsen. And the Lust Boy? No way, bro.
dominated the meta. There was also a lane swap meta that then led into a double jungle strategy, where instead of the top laner laning against the bot lane, they would help the jungler power farm, while the enemy bot laner versed nobody. This would completely sack the top laner's early game, but greatly accelerate the jungler. The final series of Season 4 Worlds was Starhorn Royal Club versus Samsung Galaxy White. Insec was playing for Starhorn Royal Club and had his iconic Lee Sin banned throughout this entire final series.
Uzi, bro.
As for Dandy, he played Jarvan and Feral Flare Rengar. Although he wasn't the most popular pick, Feral Flare Rengar turned out to be very strong. In the final game of the tournament, Dandy popped off with a 94% KP Rengar game. Casters were calling him the most dangerous Rengar in the world. Dandy would win Worlds with his dangerous Rengar and cemented in history with the Samsung Galaxy skin. The pre-season 5 changes were massive for the jungle role.
What am I looking
Firstly, the map got updated to look much better.
Oh.
Camps were changed to match the look we know today,
Yes.
and the
Stroke
Scuttle
it for
Crab
me.
was added to the river. The spirit
Scuttle.
items were all removed and replaced with 4 new jungle items.
What
Stalker's
the
Knife
fuck?
gave you Blue Smite, which you could smite enemies for damage and slow. Poacher's Knife gave you White Smite, which helped with counter jungling. Skirmisher's Saber gave you Red Smite, which applied a debuff for 6 seconds, giving on-hit true damage against the target and 20% reduced damage from the target. Ranger's
Holy shit.
Trailblazer gave Purple Smite, which made your smite AoE and restore health and mana. Smite was also given 2 charges, making it flexible to be used on camps or enemies.
Q.
Each of these items could then be enchanted with Warrior for AD champions, Magus for AP champions, Juggernaut for tanks, and Devourer, which worked like Feral Flare, stacking on hit damage. Small camp respawn times were increased to 100 seconds, and now smiting a camp gave you a buff. Smiting raptors allowed you to reveal wards, smiting wolves spawned a ghost that gave you vision in your own jungle, smiting Gromp gave a poison thorn mail, smiting Krogs gave a buff that stunned monsters every few attacks, and smiting red or blue buff restored health or mana. But it wasn't just the camps that were being changed. Baron was given a whole new look, and his buff was changed to give the improved recall and the buff to minions. Dragon was heavily changed, having its gold removed and replaced with a stacking buff called Dragon Slayer, which stacked up to 5 times. The first stack gave AP and AD, the second stack increased damage to minions and monsters, the third stack increased movement speed, the fourth stack increased damage to structures, then the final stack aspect of the dragon tripled all previous bonuses and gave your attacks a true damage burn.
Elder.
During this preseason, Rek'Sai was also added to the game.
Get the fuck out of here.
Rek'Sai's basic abilities were all the same, except her ult was very different.
Her?
Rek'Sai originally could dash to a tunnel from any location on the map, acting as a pseudo-teleport. Nidalee was also updated to better clear the jungle, as she could proc her hunt on monsters. But not only that, at this time, her hunt used to root the monsters for 2 seconds, giving Nidalee a much healthier clear. Echo was then released after the Nidalee update, with the same kit he has today. But on release, Echo was intended to be a mid laner, not a jungler. It wouldn't take long for the Juggernaut enchantment to be reworked into the Cinderhulk enchantment, adding Barmy's Cinder to the game and giving the AoE Sunfire damage to the item to help with tank clear speed. The Magus enchantment would also be reworked into the Runeglaive enchantment, but this enchantment was far more problematic than Cinderhulk. Runeglaive would add a Spellblade effect that did bonus damage in an AoE. This enchantment was so OP on certain champions that one of its biggest abusers was not even a jungler, but we still have to talk about him. AP Ezreal would take Smite and build the jungle item just to get this enchantment,
That's so
and
goofy.
completely one-shot teams with the AoE damage. It was so good that even pro players were spam picking him. And after just a few patches, they made the AoE Runeglaive only proc on monsters. But around that time, yet another jungle enchantment would be updated, from Devourer to Sated Devourer. The regular Devourer enchantment would now transform into Sated Devourer upon gaining 30 stacks. This upgrade would add a Ginsu's multi-hit passive to the item, furthering the on-hit jungle fantasy. But these enchantments would not be the spectacle of Season 5 Worlds, because the Juggernaut patch would reshape the entire game. Right before Season 5 Worlds, Riot would update the Juggernaut class. This changed how Darius, Garen, Mordekaiser, and Skarner would play. Skarner's passive would change to these 6 crystals around the map. These crystals could be captured, giving vision over the area, but more importantly, they gave Skarner movement speed and mana regen. Skarner's numbers were super overtuned with the initial patch, and he became a super strong jungler.
No shit.
But right before Worlds, he got 2 sets of nerfs.
You obviously didn't
This
hate
left
that.
Juggernauts of Darius and Mordekaiser to be the biggest problems for World
They
Season
are not in
5.
this game.
Mordekaiser would be banned in 98% of the games in this tournament,
Oh yeah.
but Darius would be a star top laner. This left jungle in quite a boring meta, playing either Elise, Rek'Sai, or Gragas, and they would all be built completely tank, buying items like Frozen Heart, Locket, and Randuin's to protect their team and set up plays. Junglers of
Is that
High,
more to ADC?
Amazing, Santorin, Kaza, Xmithy, Bengi, and Rainova would all be in attendance. The final series of Season 5 would be SKT versus the Ku Tigers, Bengi versus Hujin, and in the end it would be SKT that would win. During this 2015 Worlds, SKT was built completely different, only losing one singular game throughout the entire tournament. At the end of the year, Kindred was added to the jungle roster, with the exact same kit as she has today.
Whoa, bro.
Kindred was a really unique take on the jungle role, with her marking of enemies and jungle camps. A very
Still don't know how
specifically
they work.
jungle designed champion. With her camp kiting, Kindred actually made Riot rework the jungle camp patience to make it easier to kite camps. The preseason for Season 6
Who is
removed
that
both
guy?
Coach's Knife and Ranger's Trailblazer, but added some new jungle items. Hunter's Machete was reworked to grant lifesteal and on-hit damage, being more auto-attack focused, while Hunter's Talisman was added, giving mana regen in the jungle and draining health from damaging monsters, being more ability focused. Both of these items granted extra XP from killing jungle monsters, making it more effective for the jungler to take camps rather than
Nice.
giving camps to laners. Hunter's Potion was also added. It upgraded from refillable potion, and it restored both health and mana, holding up to 5 charges. Killing large jungle monsters would also grant 1 charge, and if you were already at maximum charges, it would automatically trigger the restoration. The Rift Herald was also added in Season 6 in an attempt to add more importance to winning top lane. After killing the Herald, it would grant a pseudo Baron buff, granting extra damage, upgrading recall,
What
and
the
buffing
fuck?
nearby minions. The preseason would also see Graves get his rework, adding the shotgun shell mechanic and changing his Q to be the bounce back skill shot. But the most important thing was that Graves' auto attacks now knocked back jungle camps, making his clear so much healthier with more AoE on his Q and autos. This instantly took Graves from being the ADC and making him a very viable jungler. On the first patch of the year, Runeglaive was removed and replaced with a new jungle item enchantment, Runic Echoes. Runic
Ooh.
Echoes did the AoE damage of Runeglaive, but wasn't a spellblade. But the most important patch of this season, and arguably
buddy.
one of the most important patches for League, was patch 6.9.
6-9.
This patch added elemental dragons to the
There we
game.
go.
The Cloud, Infernal, Mountain, and Ocean dragons would
Where's
all
the chem
give their
type one?
respective buffs, but starting at 35 minutes, only the Elder Dragon would spawn.
Oh.
The Elder Dragon would cause basic attacks and abilities versus non-turrets to deal true damage over 3 seconds, and making your existing elemental buffs 50% more effective. It didn't have the Elder Dragon execute that we know today, but it was still a secondary end game objective like Baron
Oh
that
my
would spawn
gosh,
at
that damage.
35 minutes. Rift Herald was also reworked to give a new buff that lasted 20 minutes. This buff stated that while no
like,
allied
what?
champions are near you, you gain 5% damage reduction against champions and continuously build charges of corruption. At 100 charges, your next basic attack discharges all stacks of corruption, dealing 15 to 270 magic damage.
Oh my gosh.
Devourer was removed and replaced with Bloodraiser, getting rid of the stacking on-hit damage and replacing it with a simple Bork-like on-hit. Season 6 also added Talia to the game, but her Q worked quite differently. Worked Ground used to limit Talia to only throwing one weak rock, making it disadvantageous to cast on Worked Ground. Her E used to also be a much wider shape, and dealt huge amounts of damage to the target if they dashed or were flung, but didn't stun them. But Talia on release was not a good jungler. It would take some time before she
Still
got
not
those
really,
jungle
no.
buffs. The most picked junglers at 2016 Worlds were Lee Sin, Olaf, and Elise, and this was one of the most standard
Is
Worlds
this iconic
metas.
faker loss?
But with the addition of elemental drakes, having a winning bot lane was quite
Ruler
important,
Core
and the Drake
JJ.
fights were electric.
Holy shit.
Clear Love, Kaza, Bengi, Ambition, X-Smithy, and Meteos all returned to the world stage, and iconic players of Jankos and Svenskeren made their international debut. This year, SKT had 2 junglers of both Bengi and Blank, and they would make it all the way to the World's Finals against Samsung
That's how that works,
Galaxy.
yeah.
In the final series, Bengi would step up and show why he had won Worlds
Oh,
so
no, this is
many
their
times
3P, right?
before, playing his iconic Lee Sin and securing the third
Oh,
win
this
for
is the
T1.
third. I thought it was the fourth.
At the end of 2016, Ivern was released, being yet another champion that was completely designed for the jungle role, befriending jungle camps and sharing his buffs with teammates. Ivern was one of the first supportive junglers to be added to the game. Ivern really cemented how unique the jungle role was compared to every single other role, making their relationship with
What
taking
is that thing
camps
on the ground?
that more impactful. Season 7 would have huge changes for junglers. The smite bonuses were removed from the jungle camps and replaced with smite healing the player instead. The camps were also changed. Krogs now split into smaller versions, more raptors were spawned at the camp, and the red and blue buff became singular monsters rather than having their sidekicks beside them. Jungle clans were added to the game for the first time, acting largely the same as they do today, but they have become such a staple of the jungle. It's almost hard to imagine a version of the game without
Oh my
them.
gosh,
But there
holy
were also
movement.
sweeping changes to the entire assassin subclass, turning some assassins into absolute abominations.
Oh, okay.
Kha'Zix was changed so that when he upgraded his ult, it now had a passive. This passive gave stealth and movement speed when moving through bushes. This made Kha'Zix sprint through the jungle unseen like Evelynn, but that wasn't the only abomination. Rengar had his Q changed to a skill shot, creating what was known as the Swim Q Rengar. His W was also changed, giving the Grey
Grey
Health
health,
and CC Cleanse, but most importantly, Rengar had his Bone Tooth Necklace changed to give him bonus AD per unique champion kill, and had his Ferocity changed to only have 4 stacks that fell off after 6 seconds.
Golly. bro.
Talon was completely changed, giving him his current kit today. And importantly, these changes pushed Talon towards being a jungler, as his bleed passive now did damage to monsters and he could vault over walls to gank enemies. Alistar was also changed during this patch, giving him the AoE healing passive we know today. This removed the AoE trample damage and effectively removed Alistar from the jungle.
R.I.P.
Poacher's
bro.
Dirk was also added to the game, costing 750
Imagine-
gold. It gave AD
Imagine being a one-trick jungler, right? Like Alistar. You're going through your day and you see the patch comes out and it just nukes him in the jungle. And obviously you have denial, right? So you boot it up and you play him in jungle and you literally can't. How crushing would that be to be like a challenger OTP Alistar player? You would drop to like diamond,
and
bro.
out of combat movement speed, and after stealing 3 large jungle monsters from the enemy jungle, it transformed into Serrated Dirk. Shyvana was also changed to give her extra damage against dragons and stacking resistances every time her team slayed a dragon. Shyvana's Dragon E was also changed to the Fireball Nuke rather than the short-ranged breath. The preseason also added Camille to the game with the same kit she has today, but we are going to have to wait till Season 8 to talk about her impact in the jungle. On the second patch of Season 7, Warwick got his rework, updating all of his abilities, giving the new more interactive Q, changes to his Blood Hunt, the entirely new E that gives damage reduction and fears, and finally making his ult not point and click. But it wasn't only Warwick that would be updated this season, as 3 tank junglers would also have their kits changed.
Ouch.
Maokai had his E changed to be empowered in bushes and deal max health damage, and his ult was completely reworked, not being the
There you
damage
go.
reduction zone and instead being the giant moving wall of thorns. Sejuani had her abilities changed yet again. Her E was changed to the 4-stack permafrost, being procced by melee allies or herself. Her W was also changed into the cone skill shot, and her ult was changed to only stun 1 enemy. But the real highlight was Zac,
Yeah.
who had one of the craziest changes. He was given his new Q that slams 2 enemies together, but his new ultimate was crazy. Zac could squish down, making him immune to CC and slowing
What the
enemies
fuck is
that
that?
walk on him. Zac could then recast this ult to scoop up all the enemies above him and carry them to a target location. This was a super unique ability. Rift Herald was also updated, removing the glimpse of the Void buff and updating
Rift
her
Herald.
look. Killing Rift Herald now gave the empowered recall and replaced your trinket, giving you the ability to summon the Herald as an ally. When summoned, she would charge turrets, but you still couldn't drive the Herald yet.
Oh,
Rek'Sai also had a gameplay update, changing her ult from the global teleport into the burrow dash that she has today. But it wasn't just lots of reworks and updates in Season 7, as there was one jungler added to the game. Kayn was such an interesting champion, his passive giving him 2 different forms that he could choose between, giving Kayn 2 different playstyles, either Assassin or Bruiser. On release, he had the same kit as he has today, but this kind of kit only really works in the jungle. It seems like with every jungler release, Riot pushes the potential of what it means to be a jungler. 2017 Worlds was ruined by one singular item, Ardent Sensor.
yeah, hard
The Ardent Sensor meta meant that bot lane and support were the most important roles, and so junglers did everything that they could to facilitate the bot lane carry. Picks like Sejuani, J4, and Tank Gragas would be the most played picks during Season 7 Worlds. Broxah, Contracts, and Levi would all have their Worlds debuts, while Svenskeren, Ambition, Xmithy, Cuz, Clearlove, Kaza, and Peanut all returned to the World stage. The finals would be SSG versus T1 yet again, but this time Ambition would not be stopped.
They got shitted on.
SSG would end up winning Season 7 Worlds, ending T1's first dynasty. Ambition's success would be forever commemorated in the League of Legends video Rise, showing him climbing the mountain of competitive and facing Faker at the peak.
That's
His
where that
iconic
aura is
Jarvan
from?
and Faker's Rise clashing video Ambition Season 7 Worlds, ending T1's first dynasty. Ambition's success would be forever commemorated in the League of Legends video Rise, showing him climbing the mountain of competitive and facing Faker at the peak.
Gosh, that's
His
so
iconic
aura.
Jarvan
That's so
and Faker's
aura.
Rise clashing against one another. At the end of the season, Xin Zhao
Why are they so aura, bro? Why are they so aura?
would get a gameplay and visual update, adding his 3-hit passive and changing his W to Wind Becomes Lightning, the long skill shot strike. Evelynn would also be completely updated, giving her the stealth passive at level 6, the Q with the initial spike followed up by 3 spikes, the W charm, a very similar E, and the execute ult. With her charming W and her execute ult, this rework really turned her into an assassin. The preseason of 2018 scrapped the old runes and mastery system and replaced them with the runes that we know today. Early into the year, Riot realized that Rengar's swim Q was an absolute abomination, and Rengar's Q was reverted back to the empowered auto attack. Tracker's Knife was removed from the game, leaving only Skirmisher's Saber and Stalker's Blade. But Season 8 was about to show that League of Legends players had the ability to break the game. And this storm all started on 8.10. 8.10 buffed the Scuttle Crab to give way more XP and way more gold, making Scuttle Crabs super important. The Scuttle Crab became so important that having a strong jungler could change the game, and so League of Legends players pushed this to its limit. By running a supportive champion in mid and a carry in the jungle, the jungler would farm their own camps, and then mid and a carry players pushed this to its limit. By running a supportive champion in mid and a carry in the jungle, the jungler would farm their own camps and then come mid and farm the wave, effectively gaining the resources of 2 champions. This made them extremely strong, allowing them to secure Scuttle Crab, accelerating them even more. And so, the funnel meta had begun. Master Yi and Taric were the most iconic funnel combo. Master Yi could Q and time it with Taric ult, gaining a huge amount of invulnerability. There was another variation where you would run both Karthus and Nunu. Instead of having one strong jungler, you would have 2 fast clearing junglers to farm both the jungle and the mid wave. Pro players would then push the funnel meta so far that comps started looking like 2 supports in the bot lane, 1 top laner, and an ADC support duo funneling the mid and jungle.
Or what the fudge is
Most
happening?
common of these was Kai'Sa and Braum, which turned Kai'Sa into a complete freak 1v9 champion, getting up to 15 CS per minute. Having minimum 2 supports.
Is this like... Is it like your jungle players... Is this like your jungle players picked ADC? Or your ADC just went into your jungle and took all that shiz?
Surrounding a funneled carry just made them 1v9 the game, but the pro players hated playing it.
Yankos is on Braum. That tells you everything. Tells you everything. Perks has Smite on Lucian. Oh my, this would tilt me out of the game.
The viewers hated watching it, and the casters hated casting it. So just as fast as it came, the funnel meta was nerfed. On 8.14, Riot would nerf the strategy by adding an effect to Hunter's Machete. If you had the highest minion score while owning the item, lane minions would grant 10 less gold. This penalty is then removed after upgrading your jungle item to Skirmisher's Saber or Stalker's Blade. This meant that junglers could no longer farm the waves and the jungle, effectively gutting the funnel strategy. Season 8 also brought the full Aatrox re-release, giving the 3-part Q playstyle rather than the previous auto-attack heavy playstyle. But this wouldn't completely remove him from the jungle. Aatrox would still see jungle play for the next 2 years. But another menace would start appearing in the jungle: Camille. Players figured out that Camille jungle's hookshot ganks were absolutely disgusting. So players would literally get level 2, not farm, and spam gank trying to get kills with hookshot.
What if you
Before
can't?
Worlds, Nunu would be completely reworked, keeping his Q chomp and his ult explosion, but changing his W to the iconic rolling snowball that we know today, and changing their E to the smaller thrown snowballs. But the Nunu rework wouldn't be very relevant at Worlds, with Xin Zhao, Nocturne, and Gragas being the most picked throughout the tournament. Blabber would make his international debut, and players like Ambition and Broxah
Blabber.
would return to the world stage. But at the grand finals between Fnatic and IG,
Oh,
IG's jungler Ning would pull out his
oh my gosh! Please save us. Save us, Blippo. Save us.
specialty pick, Jungle Camille, playing it twice in the series and completely popping
Oh my gosh.
Jungle Camille, playing it
Oh my gosh, it's a slaughter. 25-minute match.
twice in the series and completely popping off and carrying IG to the win.
IG, who was on the
And
team? The Shy, of course,
completely
rookie
popping
Jackie
off
Love.
and carrying IG to the win, being forever immortalized with his IG Camille skin.
Oh my gosh, that's where the skin is from? That's so aura.
Pre-Season 9 changed Dragon spawn timers, making them first
5
spawn
minutes.
at 5 minutes, and changing their respawn time to 5 minutes as well. Poacher's Dirk was also removed from the game, but other than that, the pre-season didn't bring many changes for the jungle. Season 9 would add a champion that some may say doesn't belong in the jungle, but has been going in and out of viability for many seasons. On release, Sylas wasn't very jungle viable, having the same kit as he has today. But later in the season, they made Sylas jungle viable by giving his E a shield if it hit a champion or a monster, giving him a much healthier clear. Halfway through the season, Hunter's potion would be removed, and Zac had his abduction ult reverted back to Let's Bounce. Another champion was added that has gone in and out of jungle viability,
True.
Kiana.
She's
On
back
release,
in, bro. I
Kiana
don't know
was
who told
mainly a
you.
mid laner, but was a niche jungle pick. Although her jungle clear wasn't great, she had super strong level 3 ganks, making her a very aggressive jungler. Scuttle spawn was also increased from 2 minutes to 3 minutes and 15 seconds, changing how junglers clear to get the scuttle. The 2019 Worlds meta would once again have the pro play staples of Lee Sin,
Mickey X,
Gragas,
man.
and Elise.
Tian in the jungle where he belongs.
Kiana was actually the second most banned champion in the tournament. and in the games she was played in jungle, she dominated, winning 6 out of her 7 jungle games. Canyon, Clid, and Tarzan would all make their world's debuts, but one of the players who would play Kiana jungle the most would meet in the final, G2 Yankos versus FPX Tian. But Kiana would be banned throughout the entire series.
Thank God, bro. Tian, Crisp. Oh my, look at this G2 team, bro.
Tian would have to show off his world-class Lee Sin, dominating G2 and winning 2019 Worlds.
Did he win it though?
Series. Tian would have to show off his world-class Lee Sin.
Like when he says Tian would have to show off his world-class, like yada yada yada. Does that mean that player got MVP, or is he just talking from like a jungler perspective?
Hitting G2 and winning 2019 Worlds.
Pretty sure it's jungler perspective, right?
Pre-season 10 was huge for junglers, taking the elemental dragons and making them even more important to the game.
Here we go.
Adding the elemental souls to the game, being yet another late game buff like Elder and Barrow.
Do you think they would ever just take out like Cloud Soul? No, deadass. Do you think they would ever just like take out, or are they just too iconic at this point?
The elemental rifts were also added, physically changing the jungle each and every game depending on what dragon soul was chosen.
Sorry.
Removing terrain,
There you go.
adding terrain, adding bushes, or adding areas that increase movement speed. The Elder Dragon was also updated to have its execute buff. Mountain and Cloud Dragon also had their
Well, they
buffs
didn't even
changed.
give you an indicator.
Cloud
You just
Dragon
had to
now
pray
giving
back
ultimate
then.
haste, and Mountain Dragon now giving armor and magic resist. The preseason would also bring the Diana rework, swapping her E and ult,
really?
making her dash a basic ability and her ult the AoE nuke. Having access to the dash earlier in the game helped with ganking, making Diana a much better jungler.
True.
On the first patch of Season 10, a champion would be released that many wouldn't see as a
TF?
jungler today. Set on release had the
Seth.
exact same kit,
Like
but was
TF.
seen as much more viable in the jungle. Running Phase Rush, Set would flash in early and dive enemies easily. Early in Season 10, Riot would experiment with some jungle buffs, making many champions more jungle viable. Talon's passive dealt more damage to monsters, Garen's E dealt more damage to monsters, Diana's passive dealt more damage to monsters, Mordekaiser's passive dealt more damage to monsters, Zed's passive now dealt
Here's the start where they just started buffing fudging. Yo, Caston with a monster damage increase. Like, what is this shit, bro?
100% damage to monsters. Then 2 patches later, Riot would buff even more champions in the jungle.
This is where it
Brand's
starts,
passive
man.
now dealt more damage to monsters, Morgana's W now dealt more damage
Morgana.
to
Come on, guys.
monsters, Shen's Q dealt more damage to monsters, Teemo's Q was buffed to last twice as long against monsters, and his E dealt 150% damage to monsters. Yorick was buffed so that large monsters now leave a grave and his Mistwalkers take 50% damage from monsters. And finally, Zyra's plants were buffed to deal 150% damage against non-epic monsters. A few patches later, Wukong would have his gameplay update. Now his clone would mirror both his Q and ult casts, and it would cause Wukong to dash after casting. This
Oh
update
my gosh,
would
his,
honestly
his
help top
W
lane
didn't mirror
Wukong
his fudging ult.
more than jungle Wukong. But we will have to wait until Season 12 before Wukong becomes a jungle staple. Although Wukong had a small update, Fiddlesticks would have a full visual and gameplay overhaul, transforming him into one of the most interesting designed champions in League.
Oh, get baited, bro.
Fiddle had his passive completely changed into the effigies that replace Fiddle's trinket, allowing him to create copies of himself. His Q was relatively similar, being a single target fear, except now it does damage. It also had the added passive of giving Fiddlesticks a fear if he had been out of combat for 2.5 seconds. His W was made AoE and now dealt missing health damage. And the E was changed from the goofy bouncing crow into a reaping slash, still silencing but being much harder to hit. And the ultimate crow storm was basically the same. This might be one of the most successful reworks. Fiddlesticks was transformed from a silly scarecrow into a genuinely terrifying champion, turning the map into a haunted forest making teams always worried if he will ult out of vision and one-shot your team. All jungle items were then changed to have their healing increased by 50% when the user is below 30% maximum HP. This gave much more sustain to junglers, allowing them to
What
return
is
to the
this
jungle to
why
heal
put
up.
this on my screen?
But it wasn't just Fiddlesticks that got a rework, because
Why is he so
Volibear
big?
would also have a super successful rework. His passive was changed from the low health healing to the lightning on hit strikes, and the flip was removed from his Q, now becoming a stun. Volibear's W no longer needed the auto attacks to stack up. Now it would mark the target, and if Volibear used his W again, it would deal extra damage and heal Volibear. His E was changed from the Roar to the Lightning Strike. And most importantly, Volibear could now slam down with his ultimate, empowering himself and gaining the ability to shut off towers. This was a super interesting and successful rework, keeping the essence of Volibear, but bringing it into the modern day and giving him much more identity. The final jungle release of Season 10 was Lilia. Since her release, her abilities have been basically the same, but it wouldn't take long for pro players to start using her.
True.
At Season 10 Worlds, it was a carry jungle meta, so Graves, Nidalee, Kindred, and Lilia were the most picked. Speaker and Inspired would have their international debuts, but most importantly, Canyon was back, and his team Damwon Gaming would make sure they went all the way to the finals against Suning. Canyon would win the series against SOFM, going
3-1 in the finals. Canyon, Showmaker, Barrel, Ghost, holy team.
crazy in the final
Against
game of the
Ben
series,
in the
pulling
top
out
lane.
Kindred
Ben,
and
you
carrying
fucking inted this game, what the fuck?
his team to win Season 10 Worlds. Season 11 would completely revamp the item shop, adding mythics to the game.
Cool.
Mythic items were extremely powerful items that you could only own one of. But it wasn't just mythic items that were added, because the jungle starting items were also changed. Ember Knife and Hailblade were added to the game, giving challenging smite
Dude, we
and
still
chilling
don't have
smite
jungle items.
respectively.
We don't have
This
jungle
was huge
pets.
for junglers, as they no longer needed to buy the jungle item, enabling much
Bro, what
better
is this? What is this? He's not resetting. What is this?
build parts, giving more strength to junglers. All jungle
He resets basically on Gromp.
camps had their stats slightly changed. Rift Scuttler and Gromp were also changed to no longer restore health and mana on kill. But the insanity would not stop with the mythic item shop, as Viego was added to the game. Being hyped up as this huge villain, Viego would fully deliver, being one of the craziest champion designs, as his passive allows him to become any champion that he killed. Viego, the wielder of the Blade of the Ruined King, was specifically designed to be a jungler, and even had the entire Ruination event created around him, with skin lines in both League and even Valorant. Viego has really become one of the staple jungle champions, usually sporting a high pick rate and having a massive amount of mains. But Viego wasn't alone on his release, as by his side, Gwen was also added to the game. Gwen was designed to be a top laner, but with her max health damage, AoE, and multi-hit, she actually found a consistent niche in the jungle. The same patch Gwen was released, Rammus was changed, getting a new ultimate that caused Rammus to leap into the air and slam down slowing enemies, and if he was rolling with his Q, he would also knock them up. This would then create an AoE that did the same tremors as Rammus's old ult. A few patches later, Smite would also be changed. It used to scale from 390 damage to 1000 damage throughout the game, but now it would be a consistent 450 damage in its base form, and then once you got challenging or chilling Smite, it would then deal 900 damage. Gone were the days of tracking the enemy jungler's level to ensure your Smite did more damage.
Dang, they're taking a skill out of the game.
Rammus from the original roster that got changed, because Dr. Mundo would receive a full visual and gameplay overhaul. Dr. Mundo's passive changed from the simple regen to a spell shield. His Q stayed almost exactly the same, being one of the most iconic parts of his kit. His W was very different. Instead of being the toggleable AoE burn, it became an active ability that would store grey health for a period of time and do a small amount of AoE damage upon activation. Similarly, his E became more impactful, going from a 5-second AD buff to an empowered auto. And finally, Mundo's ult stayed almost exactly the same with some number tweaks, but at rank 3, it now had increased healing and health gain for each enemy champion around Mundo. On the patch before Worlds, Talon, Kiana, and Zed would all be buffed in the jungle, getting extra damage against monsters. And so, although they hadn't been meta all year, they would have quite a high pick rate
DK
at Season
Canyon.
11 Worlds. This year's Worlds would be stacked with junglers.
Blabber, get the fuck out of my
Inspired,
face.
Blabber, Tarzan, Tian,
Tarzan.
Clid, Canyon,
We like
Closer, and River would all be attending Worlds yet again. Elioya and a newly signed T1 jungler owner would also make their international debuts. The most picked junglers at the tournament would actually be Lee Sin, Xin Zhao, and Jarvan, who all used Gore Drinker. Gore Drinker was a mythic item that did AoE damage and healed the user based on damage it dealt and their missing health. And the active was reduced by ability haste and gave the user bonus AD.
Guys, it looks good. It looks good.
This gave
Yes.
junglers like Lee Sin, Xin Zhao,
Guys, I
and
EQ combo. It
J4
looks good. It looks good. Go in,
insane
go in, go in.
skirmishing on
Jin, Jin, Jin,
objectives,
Jin, Jin.
being able to heal
I got GA, I got
up if they
GA,
hit
go in.
multiple champions with their Gore Drinker.
It's winning,
The
it's
final
winning. Just
series
wait.
of the tournament would go the full 5 games.
EDG
Down
winning.
1 versus EDG. Canyon would play assassins like Kiana
Oh,
and
a
Talon,
40-minute game 5 is goated.
and JJ would play Xin Zhao, J4, and Viego. The series was extremely close, but in the end, EDG.
Juj, GG, I think it's pronounced.
This
Bro, you got Mako and Viper, Scout
Series-
Flandre against Barrel Ghost Showmaker Canyon Khan. Is this not iconic?
was extremely close, but in the end, EDG would win. Season 12 added 2 more elemental dragons, Hextech Dragon and Chemtech Dragon. Hextech Dragon would give bonus attack speed and ability haste on kill. Its soul gave your damage chain lightning every 8 seconds and
We know,
spawned
bro.
teleporters around the map. But the real disaster was Chemtech Dragon. On kill, it gave you increased damage to enemies with greater health than you, which was quite strong. But what made it even more disgusting was the Dragon Soul. Chemtech Dragon
It was
Soul
broken on release, now it's ass? No
gave
way.
your entire team Scion passive resurrection every 300 seconds.
Say baller, bro. You're just lying.
Gave your entire team Scion passive resurrection every 300 seconds, meaning you basically had to kill the entire team twice.
Right, what the fuck were you thinking?
But the Chemtech Dragon shenanigans didn't stop there.
What do you mean they didn't stop, bro? I'm already wet. Why are you
There.
not
The
stopping?
Chemtech map created areas of gas that hid champions inside,
Get the fuck out of here. Just FF.
and the only way to reveal them was with control wards.
Get the fudge out of here, bro. Get the fudge out of here.
The Chemtech Dragon was so unbalanced that on the second patch of the season, Chemtech Dragon was completely removed from the game,
I gotta stop
being
pausing it.
way
Oh
too
my.
problematic for gameplay. But it wasn't all bad for Season 12. Halfway through the year, Olaf and Talia would get gameplay updates. Olaf had his passive attack speed changed to scale per level, and it now granted him lifesteal based on missing health. Olaf's Q now shredded armor, and his W no longer gave lifesteal, now giving a shield based on missing health. But most importantly, Olaf's ult was changed to extend the duration if Olaf kept hitting enemies with auto attacks. Talia had her worked ground changed so that instead of throwing smaller rocks, she threw a big boulder. This did 150% damage to monsters. This encouraged Talia to cast her Q in her worked ground and helped her jungle clear. Her E stones also had their shape changed and now stunned targets that were flung. All of this made Talia a much better jungler. But Season 12 wasn't just champion updates, because a new jungler would be added to the champion roster. Bel'Veth was basically the Void counterpart to Shyvana. As Shyvana stacked dragon kills, Bel'Veth could empower herself by killing Void creatures. In this empowered state, she summons even more Void creatures designed to be a tower-pushing machine, stacking up attack speed throughout the game. But there was one more very special champion update in Season 12. Finally, after 12 years, the first official jungle champion would be updated into the modern era. The Udyr rework kept his stance-swapping playstyle, but added much more interactivity to it. Each form could be empowered with an Awakened Spirit ability, giving Udyr more decision-making rather than just swapping stances. This was such a good update, keeping his original design but making him much less boring. But the new Udyr update would be sadly disabled for Season 12 Worlds, leaving Viego, Sejuani, and Graves to be the most picked junglers during the tournament. Season 12 Worlds was one of the best League of Legends tournaments of all time. A very standard meta, but the storylines were crazy, with DRX battling through the final series to face up against the Titans of T1. DRX's jungler Pyosik may have missed a few smites during the final series, but his ability to set up plays and sacrifice himself for the team would be the key to DRX's success. Pyosik would whip out a crazy Hecarim pick in the final game. The game was so back and forth, and honestly, this is one of the best League of Legends games I've ever seen. When it really mattered the most, Pyosik would secure the Elder Dragon, giving them enough power to push and win the game. After Season 12 Worlds, Riot would do an interesting jungle buff experiment. Riot tried to make Blitzcrank jungle viable by buffing his E and W to do extra damage against monsters. This was a very interesting change, and it kind of makes sense. Blitzcrank could roam around the map, hooking enemies and ganking them, but it just really never caught on. It may have been a niche pick for a bit, but during Season 13, these buffs would be reverted. The preseason for Season 13 removed Hailblade and Emma from the game, and replaced them with 3 jungle pets. These jungle pets would upgrade once you had fed them 40 treats by killing jungle camps. Gustwalker Hatchling gave bonus move speed for 2 seconds after leaving a brush. Moss Stomper Seedling gave a shield that lasted until broken and refreshed after killing a monster camp or being outside of combat for 10 seconds. And Scorchclaw Pup caused your next instance of damage against enemies to burn them, dealing bonus true damage and slowing them. The Chemtech Dragon was also finally added back into the game. It granted tenacity and heal and shield power on kill. And now the Dragon Soul, instead of giving the zombie resurrection, gave increased damage reduction and damage while below 50% health. And thankfully, Riot changed the Chemtech map, replacing the gas with mutated jungle plants. These mutated jungle plants basically doubled the impact of all the plants on the map and caused more to spawn. While not really seen as a jungler, Neeko would receive her mid-scope update. This allowed Neeko to not just disguise as champions, but anything in the game, and buffed her Q and W to deal more damage against monsters. This helped her clear speed and allowed her to gank by hiding inside minion waves, making Neeko an actually viable jungler. But Riot wasn't done, with champion updates changing champions to be more jungle viable. Rel was the next champion to be reworked. Her old E was the tether that stunned, and was now changed to the speeding gallop, and the stun was put on her Q. Not just that, Riot would also make Rel's Q now deal 250% damage against monsters.
That's too much,
Her W also now dealt 250% damage to monsters, and her E also dealt 250% damage to monsters. This was one of the most aggressive jungle changes, making all her basic abilities deal vastly more damage against monsters, and skyrocketing Rel into jungle viability. Following this, Riot would keep making more champions jungle
Guys,
viable,
what is this shiz?
buffing Rumble to have increased damage against monsters with his Q and his overheat passive, making Rumble in the jungle a reality. But it wasn't just champion updates during Season 13, because a new jungler was added to the roster with
Here
one
we
of
go.
the most unique mechanics that really only works in the jungle. Briar was added to the champion roster. Being a vampire, she would self-taunt to enemies, removing the ability to control her. This meant Briar was uniquely catered towards the jungle, as she could taunt herself to monsters without the worry of constantly running at enemies. But Briar would be disabled at Season 13 Worlds. The most peak
13.
junglers would be J4, Maokai, Vi, Sedge, and the reworked Rel.
Oh my gosh,
Reworked
Gala.
Rel would be used by T1 owner to huge success this tournament, having a 100% win rate on her during the
Nice.
entire of Season 13 Worlds. In the final series, T1 would stomp Weibo Gaming, not losing a single game, with owner performing on his Lee Sin,
Yeah, Owner
having
went
the
crazy.
most kills and assists in the final series. In the Season 14 preseason, mythic items would finally be removed from the game, bringing
Oh.
back build diversity. Summoner's Rift would also see a map update for the first time in a very long time. This made the
We're
map
getting into it,
symmetrical
bro.
and was super impactful for the jungle, changing ganking routes, ward locations, and how you access the neutral objectives. There was also a new neutral objective added to the game, the Void Grubs.
What?
The Void Grubs would spawn in Baron
They were
Pit
that
at
long?
5 minutes, matching dragon timing. Then the Void Grubs would respawn
Oh,
after
here's
4
an
minutes
instance.
once all
When I first joined League, it was May 2025. It was literally the update after they removed 6 Void Grubs and reduced it to 3.
the Void Grubs had been slain, meaning there were 6 Void Grubs
Yeah.
throughout the game. Each time
I
you
can tell
killed a
you
Void
exactly
Grub,
when I
you
started
gained
playing
a
League.
permanent stack of Touch of the Void, dealing bonus true damage when attacking structures. For every grub you kill after the 4th grub, you gained a stack of Hungering Void. This summoned small void mites to attack enemy structures. Rift Herald was also updated, now spawning at 14 minutes, and instead of just being able to summon her as an ally, you could also
No
drive
way.
the Herald, dealing extra damage to turrets and knocking up any enemies that get in your path. This Herald update has made some of the funniest plays in League of Legends history. The final Void monster Baron would also receive some love, now having 3 different forms that change how the Baron fights and the shape of the Baron pit. Baron also now corrupted the map, influencing the Scuttle Crab, the red buff,
Cool.
and the blue buff. Corrupted Scuttle now granted vision in a large AoE
Oh, what a
like
arrow, bro.
Scry's Bloom,
That's my type of
and the
error right
corrupted
there.
buffs would grant the buff to every teammate that's alive. Due to the map changes, Infernal Rift would also be changed. Instead of removing terrain, it now placed cinders around the map. Picking up these cinders granted a small burst of movement speed and ability haste. On death, players drop 50% of their cinders, which can be picked up by any player. After 13 years, Riot would look at one of the least popular champions
Finally.
and attempt to modernize them.
He's still dog shit.
Skarner was brought 13 years into the future, with a full visual and gameplay update. His Q now picked up a boulder that empowered Skarner's auto attacks, and he could also recast it to throw the boulder. This was similar to old Skarner's AoE Q damage, but far more interactive. His W still gave a shield, but with the rework, it now did AoE damage around Skarner and slowed enemies. But with this rework, his E was completely different from the marking skill shot. Now Skarner could drive similar to Nunu W, except Skarner could go through walls, picking up enemies and then being able to slam them into walls and stun them. This now became the most iconic part of Skarner's kit.
Why does his E look
abducting
like that?
enemies.
Turn
And
into
finally,
Cyanide.
Skarner's ultimate turned from a single target suppress to a skill shot that could suppress up to 3 enemies. This created more playmaking and more counterplay
Yeah, bro.
options
No one
for
still plays him,
Skarner
bro.
and
We can skip
enemies.
over this part.
The E actually had a forwards and backwards hitbox, meaning that Skarner players could walk up to their enemy and hit the full 180 abduction combo and slam them into the turret and ult.
Yeah.
It would take 8 patches but the backwards hitbox was eventually removed from Skarner,
That's
lowering
sad.
his abduction abilities. Lee Sin, being quite an old and very popular champion, would have his visuals modernized, but still retained his old kit. Although Skarner had his top lane abduction technique nerfed,
Skarner, what are you
in the
doing?
jungle would completely dominate Season 14 worlds. Skarner was
True.
picked or banned in 72 out of the 90 games that were played during the tournament. Out of the games he was played in, he had a 72% win rate, being the most dominant jungler on the patch.
Sadly,
The other
boring.
most peaked junglers were Sejuani, Vi,
Yeah, this was a
and
boring
Nocturne,
one.
as teams were doing the
Which one was this
Nocturne-Orianna
again?
combo. Once again, T1
Oh,
made it to the
BLG one.
finals against BLG, but Owner wouldn't play
This is
that
my
much
first Worlds I
Skarner.
watched, man.
Instead, he mainly played Vi, only losing one singular game on her.
Yeah.
T1 would beat BLG
Oh my
in
gosh,
a
here.
nail-biting 5-game series, getting back-to-back Worlds wins. The pre-season for Season 15 would bring a seasonal theme to the Rift,
Atacon?
being Noxus. And with that,
I didn't start
a
playing
new
here, though.
objective was added, and a new larger game mechanic was also added. Atacon and his influence corrupted the map, causing blood roses to spawn where champions have been killed. Picking up these blood roses granted XP and adaptive force for the whole team. Atacon himself also spawned in either the top lane or the bot lane river, depending on which had more action. Not only that, Atacon could either be voracious or ruinous, depending on how the game plays out. In games with
Didn't
more
even know that.
kills, Ruinous Atacon will spawn. Ruinous Atacon fights by using his rings of damage, and upon killing him would spawn a garden of roses to be picked. In games with lower kills, Voracious Atacon would spawn. Voracious Atacon would fight by doing AoE drains, and upon killing him would give a team-wide buff. This buff would give you a one-time
Bro, he's gonna kill everyone.
resurrection, that instead of resurrecting you on the spot, took you all the way back to the base. And it seems like Riot didn't learn from their Chemtech Soul experiment.
Lost Ratona's
Because instead
Velia?
of
No
using it
way.
strategically, teams would just instantly run it down and push as hard as they can to cheat tempo. Another mechanic involving the jungle would be added
That's
to the
fire.
game, Feats of Strength. On release, Feats of Strength rewarded the
When I joined, this was the worst solo queue thing ever, bro. It was a flip. The feats of warfare, first to 3 kills, was dead ass a flip. And as a jungler, you had no fudge and take in that. You dead ass had no take. The other one was first tower, which you also had barely any take on, and the last one was objectives. Basically on you, but you ask me, if the enemy team gets a feat of warfare first, you're probably not getting those objectives, bro.
team that either got first blood, first turret, or 3 neutral objectives. Whatever team got 2 would be rewarded with upgraded boots. This made objective control extremely
Upgraded
important,
boots.
making
Oh
the
my
jungle
God.
role even more overpowered and encouraging full
Yeah, so I joined at like the point where jungle was most overpowered, basically.
clearing junglers that could be strong at taking objectives. Early into the year, Yorick would receive his mid-scope update.
No.
This update made him much more of a bruiser, but also changed how he worked in the jungle. His Q would now place Graves down when used on large monsters, making it much easier to summon his ghouls. But his ghouls were actually nerfed against monsters, no longer taking reduced damage. All in all, this made him more consistent in the jungle, but massively improved his top lane capability. The next phase of Season 15 was the Spirit Blossom update.
I joined here. I
Changing
joined
the
here.
map, but also changing some objectives. Riot would learn from their mistakes of bringing back a team-wide resurrection buff,
Yeah.
and they completely removed Voracious Atacon from the game. Atacon would now only spawn as Thornbound, and when Atacon was killed, he would collect all the roses on the map and give a permanent buff. This buff meant
Buff
that
was
when you
OP.
killed an enemy, they
The
would
game
explode,
ended here.
dealing damage to other enemies around them and slowing them by 60%. With so many objectives in the game,
Yeah.
players were complaining about objective bloat.
True,
And so
true,
Riot
true.
stepped in by making Void Grubs only spawn once and delaying their spawn to 8 minutes from 6 minutes.
Yeah.
During
Uh-huh.
Season 15 Worlds, the most played junglers would be Xin Zhao, Jarvan, and Wukong. But the real star of Season 15 would be a much less picked champion. Season 15 was the year of push push push, where Alois dressed up as Mundo and showed his strength to the world. But his influence went further beyond than just the top lane,
Oh my
and Mundo
gosh.
Jungle also saw a surge in popularity. At Season 15 Worlds, Dr. Mundo would be a sleeper broken pick, having a 100% win
Man.
rate. Mundo was so strong that T1's jungler owner would literally first time him in the final game of quarterfinals. There are literally clips of the
Man, this I think this was peak league for me. There's probably still more to come because I'm still in plat, but
him
holy
in the
shiz.
final game of quarterfinals. There are literally clips of the voice comms where Faker is
Oh my gosh, it's so iconic, bro. It's so iconic.
quarterfinals. There are literally clips
I can explain it. T1 were red side, AL were blue side. I'm pretty sure AL picked like Ziggs or something. And I can't remember who Faker picked, but I remember the two pick. I think owner jokingly said Mundo, and Faker's saying like it would be a good pick for us. Can you first time it? And the owner's like and then he locks it in,
of the
and
voice
he's literally explaining the abilities. You can see at the beginning. I remember it, bro. Don't call me a LARPer. I can explain it like the exact game, early game to the point. They spawn in. It's before the home guard, so camps did take a while. AL were pretty much like 5 bot, expecting an invade. Owner is sitting on his Raptors reading his abilities. I can pull it up. Oh gosh, I'm pulling it out because I'm not gonna be seen as a fudging larver. I remember this shit to the T. Just click on this. Cajal, don't flame me. Right here. They first make a Jinx, right? And right here they lock in Renekton for Doran. And right here they're talking about Mundo right now. I'm pretty sure right here Faker's explain the abilities. Or no, yeah. Well, no one's talking, bro. But that's good. But look at this. Look at this. At the start, look at the minimap. Owner is sitting in that bush, right? There are 4 on red buff because they expect an early invade. Owner is sitting here reading Mundo's abilities, and I can tell you he did not have a good Mundo game. Right here, Gumuyushi carries this shiz. Gumuyushi carries this shit so hard. Is this Atacon still? Oh my gosh, Atacon. Holy shit, Atacon. But he's 033, 800 gold lead. Heartsteel unending. Oh my gosh, man. Is this where the fight happens? Yeah. It's, oh my, the 5k gold lead. The 5k gold lead, Flandre gets caught out with GA. That's a good W from owner, though. And a really good ult. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I would be tilted, bro. 5k gold lead Elder fight. Your top laner gets caught out. Right here, right here. This is heat right here. He TP's back in. Bad TP, but he's trying to get as most damage as he can, but he's getting kited so badly right now. Good poke onto Hope, like their last hope. And I'm pretty sure this killed on owner. Oh, Jinx is friendlied, but he gets poked out too much that it basically doesn't matter. Oh my god. Just look at Gumiyushi this whole fight. Look at Gumiyushi. W, Q, 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 auto Q, auto Q, auto Q, auto Q, auto Q, airborne, flash, Q, 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 W. W at the end. Oh my gosh. And they win the game. They basically lead that into Baron into win the game. Because the Elder Baron with Soul, it's over. But they sold a 5K gold lead, bro. And Tabe was crying at the
Voice
end of it.
comms, where Faker is explaining Dr. Mundo's abilities to Owner
Honor
as they
did
load into the
okay, bro.
game. T1 was able to win that game and progress all the way to the finals for
Watch
the
this with my
third year in
boys.
a row,
Great
facing
finals, pretty
against
good finals.
KT in a telecom war. This series was very close,
Yeah.
going the full 5 games, but T1 was able to
It
secure
was just
the
as bad.
three.
It was like a Ziggs first pick, and they picked fudge, who did they pick? They picked Pantheon Galio, no?
Pete being the only team to win Worlds 3 times in a row.
Oh my
At the end
gosh.
of the year, Riot decided to have a bit of fun, doing a huge list of
The
buffs
winner
to
map.
make some champions
Yeah.
more jungle viable. Aatrox and Bessa,
Now this is when,
Cho'Gath,
oh my gosh, also Ambessa. When I was first starting, I think I played like your basic starter champions, like Master Yi, um, Master Yi, who else did I play? I wish I could, maybe, can I pull up my old videos? We'll do it after, but let's play.
Fizz, Jace, Malphite, Ornn, Riven, and Sion were all
I
given
remember
jungle
Riven,
buffs.
bro. I
But
remember
the most
Riven.
impactful of these buffs seemed to be Aatrox
Aatrox,
jungle,
I remember.
and Bessa jungle, Malphite jungle, and especially Jace jungle. But
Yeah.
right at the end of the year, there was
Zahin,
one
man.
new jungler added to the game. Zahin would be added as mainly a top laner, but also a
Come on.
niche jungler.
If the fudging, wait, can I close this? Excuse me. If the champion added to the game isn't an ADC or like an enchanter support, the chance that they are played in the jungle, like we had Locke showcased. He's in the game. He was only showed as a mid lane AP for like my first time playing. I go to jungle, he's there. Like what?
Pick, being Xin Zhao overtaken by a darkened weapon. And it seems like Riot want to keep his jungle viability as they've recently buffed his jungle numbers again.
Yeah.
We're only 2 patches into Season 16,
Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it.
but we're
Oh,
starting
okay.
to see the impact of the Season 16 mechanic, role quests.
Roll quest.
Top, mid, and bot lane
People were like, "Ah, I remember people saying, "Oh, this nerf jungle's so bad. Jungle's so bad." It's still the number one role, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, remember who, but like jungle and top lane definitely came out on top at the start because top lane TP before it was nerfed with the shield and movement speed was crazy.
obviously have the biggest rewards from their role quests, with jungle only getting movement speed and extra rewards.
When they say they don't understand when you say only movement speed. That is the jungle role. It is movement speed to clear your camps to look on the map. That's what I would say the jungle role is. If you ask me what's the most like overpowered jungle, what would you call it, mechanic? No, I guess buff, it would be movement speed.
From jungle camps. Smite was also buffed to now deal 600 damage, then 1000 damage, then 1400 damage
Yeah.
each time it ranks up. Artican and Feats of Strength
Gone.
were
Thank God I celebrated during this. When I first began, it was Void Grubs, and then your first set of Void Grubs, then your second set of Void Grubs, then your Drakes, then the Herald, then Atacon, then the Soul Point, then the Barons. It was so much on the map that you would be farming your camps and Atacon has been slayed. It's like what? In beginning, you don't know like when an objective's taken, you take something on the other side of the map, right? You don't know that as a beginner. So it was just like
completely removed from the game.
I wish I recorded my early, but I would have been flamed so much. Well, no one's watching. But I would have gone back in time and flamed myself. I wish I would have.
All of this done in an attempt to bring the strength of jungle down. But will it work? I guess we'll have to see as Season 16 begins to unfold.
W video man, shout out Munchkin. Muckkin. Shout out Muckkin for this video. Great video, bro. Great video, bro. What a video, bro. Okay. Let's go to dude, I want to see my old game. Oh my gosh, when I didn't play the game, but I spectated, so you can hear some of my shows. You got the 56-minute games. Oh my gosh, bro. Wait, do I have it? The unlickable jungler. Oh my gosh, he was. I love Moon. Can't get enough of Moon. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. Well, and then we switched to Valorant, bro. I remember I did like 11 videos. I did like 11 videos straight, uploaded them all, and then switched to Valorant. Oh my gosh, man. One of the worst decisions I ever made. Man, I hated this. It was goofy to watch, though. Definitely goofy to watch, but a lot of time wasted. When did I actually start going back into League? Is this the first League game I came back to after Fnatic lost? The easiest rank in the world. No shiz, no shiz, my friend Gizmo is in there. I think I was. This might be You can't see my face cam, but it doesn't matter. This might be dead ass. I broke it. OBS is broken. My bad. Oh, I was clicking on my other webcam, my dumbass. This might be where I watch. Did I watch Gizmo? Yeah, this is Gizmo. You can see the name right under here. This might dead ass be. Oh, this might be when Gizmo hit gold 2, right? I had to back up for a second. Yeah, yeah, that's you. There we go. Perfect. Alright, my friend Gizmo here. I clicked this. I saw
Oh, it
this.
is
I was
gold too.
I was actually befuddled. That's not a word. I coached Gizmo from like iron. Well, maybe they hit bronze and I started coaching like you need some help. Dead ass. It was like the worst experience. But then I got bro to silver. And then bro went to like silver 3. I was gold. I stopped playing ranked really because I just didn't have fun with it and I enjoyed Valorant esports more at the time. And then bro went on a crazy win streak. Can we pull up the win streak? Would it be better to look at DPM lol or something else? Don't leak my email again. Perry Jungle. How do you see like in the past? When was this video? Oh my gosh, there's so much open on my screen. 1 month ago. Are you shitting me? May 13. Okay, keep in mind May 13. Okay, I don't need this open. Keep in mind May 13. May 13, bro is gold, right? We scroll down, look at this win streak on Milio. Dude, this is insane. Gets off jungle, starts Milio support. This is somehow bro caught it. Somehow bro caught the like what's the word for it? The pre-meta champ. It's like Alloy's Mundo. He somehow caught the wave of Milio support. And he just ate shiz. Like look at this. Today he goes 4-3. This day he just won 4 in a row. This day he won 2, 4, 6, 8 over 1. Look at these numbers, man. And I'm not sure which is the gold. Keep in mind May 13. This might be the gold stretch. In the 2-2. Wait, you can see here now. Yeah, this is the win rate bro hits gold on. Yeah, silver 2. Somewhere here bro hits it. Gold 4 hit it. Holy shiz, Gizmo. Yeah, on this game, bro went from silver 2 to somehow gold 4. I don't know how. Bro hits gold 4, keeps playing, keeps playing, keeps winning. But like sometime, I don't know. Well, it would have been, I don't know when I checked. Somewhere here, maybe this game, bro hit, I saw bro was gold 2. And I was like, this can't be a real rank. Because keep in mind, I know Gizmo's skill from watching them at iron to silver, and I was like, you're still not on my level. And but then bro hit gold too. Two ranks above my level. And I was like, whoa, everyone slow down. If if Gizmo, from what I've seen, with the mentality, the skill, the macro, the micro mechanics, can hit gold 2, where is my ceiling at? And this was
Like,
my
no
first
way.
game back.
No way, no.
This is me watching, and you're that. I can't. Oh my gosh, this is also during the time where every single time I would watch Gizmo Jungle, right? Sorry, Gizmo in general. One of the junglers would be my main. It would be a Trundle. It would be a Master Yi. It would be a Mundo in this game. And during the couple minutes, I could immediately see, hey, this is Gold 2 Elo. I can't be. And this dude's literally playing my main in Gold 2 at the time. It was Mundo. I just. So my journey is like, I played the game and I got to silver, right? And I was like, okay, I want to get to gold seriously. And I played Trundle and I hit it. Very difficult as Trundle. Okay. Then the home guards came out. The home guard season. Trundle's clear was so ass. It was so bad that Mundo soared because the current HP his cleavers, just to keep it simple. Switched to Mundo. From not playing in that time, I deranked to like or like decayed to like silver 3, right? It was the easiest shiz. Pull it up, Tristan. Pull it. What does Mike Tyson say? I don't know. Sign the contract, big boy. Here. Jan 10th, back at silver, right? Yeah, it would have been here. So I think here it was also goofing a little bit. See, I played the Mundo Jungle. Not well at all, as you can see. 5.6. I was still in a Trundle mindset, right? Then I immediately played Trundle. I was like, okay, I'm just a Trundle player. Played Lilia, a good Lilia game actually, against a Trundle, which was like his counter pick, right? Here I was playing for fun, like some YouTube videos here and here. Back to the Trundle, back to the Trundle, back to the Trundle. Some goofing and gaffing with Nunu. Back to the Trundle, and then here I took Mundo serious. I was silver 4. I was like, okay, I need to get gold. Like I gotta start being serious. So I started practicing Mundo. 3-1, 13-3, 5-0. This was the game. This is the game where I snapped against the Mel mid. Completely one game I knew I inted. And then this game was extremely bad. Average team, I just kept getting caught out, right? Yeah, oh, the Fed Gwen, right? Fed Gwen into the tank. I was tilted here. And you can see my tilt come through, right? You can see my tilt. This was the double, right? The Fed mid and Fed, yeah. Fed mid, Fed jungle. Where's this guy now? Plat 2. Okay, well, that shows something, right? And then I was like, okay, fudge this. Let me go back to Trundle. Into Ramus. My mid inted. Oh, my whole team. We all inted, bro. We all play like shiz. And then I played one more Mundo game and actually figured him out. I figured him out. I played my advantage, right? And we actually did it, bro. I don't really remember the game too much, but we hit it. We started to hit it. Then back we went 2 for 2, but we're still posing positive shiz. This is what you want to see as Mundo. And then bam, the win streak starts. Third, 4-1 13, 3-2 11, 729 19. I got. Okay, this is where I was. I was. Whose voice did I just hear? I was feel like my main role was jungle, and then I thought your second role, because this is the Aegis of Valor season, right? I thought your second role would gain you the Aegis of Valor because it's not your main role. So I put like, hey, what's the priority role? Uh, it was um, it was support. I was like, oh, that's easy. I can play support. I lose the game. First support game, by the way. We lose. Um, Jungler was bad too. Holy shit. Gold, I'm predicting, right? Okay. We lose the game, and I'm like, okay, at least we lose. All we need is a B and we don't lose. Comes up, lost this much. I was like, oh my gosh, I did it wrong. Back to Mundo, but my Mundo win rate one, or win streak was 8 in a row, bro. 8 in a row. I remember this Mord game because this dude's probably like a diamond player by now. But they had a Fed Argaren backdoor top, right? This guy's probably a diamond player or something. High plat emerald. Yeah. I knew that guy was good, right? So I had to literally do the play of my life. It's somewhere in my videos. Wait, I lost it. Here. It's somewhere in my videos where the only play is flashing on the Vayne and stopping their bases, which worked and we won. And then back to 7-1, 13-4 against the Grays. I knew this was me after a while, right? 6 days. Yeah, this Grays wasn't the best. Maybe I recorded that one. We're still not in May, bro. This Rengar completely was inting the game. A Moo-Moos, man. A Moo-Moos. My team just dives into his ult. 4-0 against the Shaco. I know this game. This is me interrupting his Raptors and getting chunked hard. This is me coming back after a long time. And this one death is a really bad Void Grubs play, I remember. Another Graves player who's bad against the Trundle. This Yi was actually pretty good. But I'm gold 4 by now. Oh, the Nefiri. This is why I ban Nefiri nowadays. I fed the shiz out of this Nefiri and we got chunked. And then back to winning, 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 winning. Loss. Good loss. Bad loss. 12-0, and this is when I started doing my shenanigans. This is when I was told I was a 6-man in a tournament, so I was like, I'll practice Vi. I'm not taking rank too seriously. Jarvan, like you've seen this shiz. The Vi, the bad Vi, the bad Vi, the bad Vi. Decent game. Jarvan lost because I didn't have the setup right. Back to Trundle practicing. Bad Vi game. Mundo. Good Mundo game. Good Mundo game. Yeah, 2-2 that day. Trundle. Vi, but like here I just felt like the Mundo's kind of bad. And then we're at today's date. I just gotta play more, bro. That's the thing. But here we are. Oh, he actually biffed his ult, but it doesn't even matter. I wonder when I start looking at him. Because during this game, I stop, restart it, and start watching Mundo. I restart. We'll watch it from here.
Probably hit plat.
I got like 3 hours.
I can tell you off one clear what rank he should be.
I could. So I was gold. It's March 13. I shouldn't have closed it. Because I play a game after this, keep in mind. My first game in like, probably my first game playing in a video. I just had to. This is what I keep doing. Look at that. That's what you want to see there. This is my Vi games 100%. What did I say? March 13? This game. At the time, I was gold 4. Gizmo was gold 2. I was like, this can't be right. I'm literally a plat player. And like, take that with a grain of salt, right?
Immediately wrong. No, you walk mid and then ward Raptors.
Okay, Tristan. This is where it comes. You don't need a ward Raptors. It's just nice to do. As, like, literally jungle, what I would prefer nowadays. Let me get my pen out. What I would prefer in today is just like what I do. Usually you walk, bot, ward this bush, and then go top and stand here. And then you go your red, right? But like your mid laner in theory should do this. Your mid laner should just ward this mid laner should just walk here and ward, or even the jungler. Like walking up, seeing the jungler and just warding, versus this guy walking here and warding. That's just what your mid laner should do for you, because you just got to stand here and hopefully you don't get invaded, right? So like me saying immediately no is not right.
Immediately wrong. Yeah, there's nothing here. You never catch Quinn. Especially with that dumbass shiz. Yeah, there's nothing here. You never catch Quinn.
Yeah, I know. You would have to like flash
Immediately
Q.
wrong. Yeah, there's nothing here. You never catch Quinn.
Saying like there's nothing here is it's wrong. Like like what are you gonna do instead? Sit on your raptors for 12 seconds or something? Like you can look there, obviously.
Especially with that dumbass shiz.
Yeah, the flash there was bad, but we don't know what Yasuo started.
Okay, red is right. Starts Q. You wasted like 2 seconds.
I really back then was like I think every jungler when they hit a certain point, they just don't want to waste time at all. Especially with this is pre-Mundo nerf, which his clear could have been 236 or something. It was something insane. So when you're a jungler and you're offered, and my clear with Mundo was I perfected that shiz on blue side. Or like it takes a little more time on red side, because what you're gonna have to do is while queuing the red buff, you queue him like 3 times and then you queue the big one. After you queue the big one, you have to stand right here and like sock a Q where it hits the big one again. So you need to throw 2 Qs in him. The first is easy. The second, you have to thread it because there's no vision there. And you can't hit the little one because you have to slow the big one enough so it doesn't reset.
He's not leashing it or kiting it at all.
That's a bad smite. That just is a bad smite.
His smite's completely retarded. Yeah.
Dude, back then so you gotta understand my level of tilt, right? So back then, I was a no, sorry, I got confused and trailed off with like ADHD. Lost my train of thought. So at this point I was gold 4, right? And to see a worse Mundo player 2 ranks higher pissed me the fudge off. Keep in mind, I don't play the game on a regular basis. Like you can look at my games compared to Gizmo's. Gizmo was playing 9 games a day. Me, I would throw like 1 or 2. At most like 4 where I would go 2 for 2, right? So seeing a clear that's inferior to mine pissed me off. Yeah, he's silver. Oops. I can tell you he's silver. Just based off this, look. I could go straight into a game and do exactly different. And you'll be like, holy shit, this guy's silver. Look at this. 1, 2. He doesn't queue immediately. He's not. Yeah, like the seconds do matter. Like the seconds really do matter, especially if you're top
at all.
if you're pathing top to bot. The seconds really do matter.
Second queue.
So like if I were to tell a dude who wants to get in jungle who's never played a MOBA or a league game, I would say pick one jungle champ. That is your one trick. Pick a 1v9 1v9 champ like Viego or like Lee Sin. Graves is that is a hard road to go, bro. But I would just say, in my experience, pick Viego, get his clear to a master's plus. What was it, 245? 245, you're already better, and then don't look for early ganks. With Viego, it's like, I'm level 3, I got W flash, right? Or flash W. But like, I would tell him to focus on, okay, let's just write it down. You are new to League. And you asked me for 3 steps, right? Give me 3 steps that would make me a better jungler than Iron to get to Bronze. Iron to Bronze, this is what I would tell you. Full clear. 1, I would full clear. I would prioritize full clear over ganks. I spelled ganks. I would prioritize full clear over ganks, even though the top laners, bot laners are iron. If you were a silver to bronze player, you're going to be able to see that shit. But keep in mind, this is a new player. Farming efficiently
and looking for invades. This is kind of like slash invade off bad ganks, invade off bad ganks, and just Drake tempo. Because I'm telling you, at 10 minutes, you can tell if the enemy jungler is bad and you should have a lead. Like, there was so many times during a game, I would watch the most abhorrent shit. Like, we watched that Plat Nocturne, right? He got his Raptors and then went for a red invade or a blue invade on the bot side. He was blue side, right? He killed his Raptors, went blue, didn't do anything to it, right? Walked up on the Amumu, missed the smite. Now, Nocturne is a strong champ with his burn. Okay? Don't get me wrong. He did nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. I would say no invades. Level 1, don't invade. Just focus your clear timers, right? Red, Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, right? Shoot, keep that in line. Shoot, keep doing it. Keep going that gold. Two, I would think of after full clear, I would think of objectives. Objectives. And what people think is objectives is like, oh, your void monsters or your drakes. No. Objectives is also kind of like ganks. But in theory, when you finish your last blue on your full clear, you have 30 seconds, depends on your clear, 20 to 30 seconds. It takes 8 seconds to base. So you realistically have 12 seconds for a gank. After Scuttle, sorry, not after blue buff, after Scuttle. After Scuttle, you have 12 seconds to look on the map for something. And it could be, a gank could be an objective. But after your second clear, when you base and your clear is even faster, you got Drake up at 5 minutes. And then 6 minutes is Void Grubs. Or did they increase it? I can't remember. Someone tell me Void Grubs timer quickly. Void Grubs spawn time. It might have been increased to 8. Is this AI, bro? Don't leak my... They're not telling me when they spawn. Oh, wait. Wait, what? They don't tell me when they spawn. Initial 8 minutes, they did increase it. So Void Grubs are 8 minutes, sorry. So 5 minutes Drake, 8 minutes Void Grubs. Now, what I want you to prioritize is always this, full clear. Always full clear. You're thinking, can I give up? Can I give up camps for a Drake? Okay, let's keep this in perspective. You have a slower clear, okay? You look for ganks over your full clear, right? During the initial first clear, right? It's a little slow. And your Krugs have spawned and you're still looking for a gank. Okay. You finally take the 8 second space. You go up to your Grugs. You kill Krugs, you kill Raptors, you kill Wolves, right? Or let's say you don't even kill Wolves. By the time you kill your Raptors, it's 5 minutes. So you go straight to Drake, right? You're not level 6. You've taken one base, and let's compare that with another jungler. This is the other jungler, this guy. We'll just say he's a Viego. This is Viego. Viego clears his first side, uh, finishes camps at 245. A very good clear. He's practiced his clear for a very long time. He's gone to 245. His his bot laners have pushed in this lane, so his bot laners would be staying here. So he sits here and he gets Scuttle. You can't get that, but by the time he gets Scuttle, he's going for top Scuttle because his clear is so good. By the time you finish, you're going for a gank, okay? You go for a gank, and you come this way, and they flash. Okay, there's nothing there. So you go up, you check top Scuttle, or you check bot Scuttle, it's gone. By the time you check bot Scuttle, they push back up. So you go for another gank, and then you get Smolder's flash, sure. Okay? It's still a losing lane for them. Okay, you finally go up, and instead of basing, you go all the way up, and you see he took in this Scuttle. By the time he's taken that, he's based and he's here, right? So you see that's taking you base instead of going here. You base, you get your items, you clear this, you clear this. By the time Drake has spawned, he's finished his Krugs. And he's coming up here. And by that time you're going here. So he's gotten double scuttle rate. He should be 6. I swear we have practiced this too many times. He is 6, but you start the Drake. Because he's sitting here, right? The lane is even by then. He's sitting, he's waiting for gank. He wards this and he sees you're on it. And it leads to you getting killed, right? Your game is over. Your bot lane comes, but they were pushed in and they lose a wave. And they die. And it's Viego, so he just cleans up everything. You see how crazy that is? Why say, oh, I cleared all the shiz. Full clear over ganks. Do I put another G there? Slash invade. So if you had just like objectives, if you had just like full cleared on his timer, realized, hey, my bot lane can't go, and realized, hey, my red spawning. What does that mean? His blue is spawning. You take his blue and his Gromp, right? Drake has been slain. He bases, or maybe even looks for a gank. That would be better because we could take his wolves too, and then go our top side, right? So by that time he bases and he wastes all this time, and then he walks here. He checks this, oh shiz. Check this, oh shiz. Now he can do one of two things. He can do a re-invade, which if our clear is extremely good, like we got both our double bases off, we should be here. So he could check this, and look how much time he's wasted, right? So he has one of two things. He can go all the way through mid lane to his raptors, right? Or he could look for a gank. And if he goes top, his game is completely cooked. If he shows top, after we kill wolves, we're getting his whole bot side. The game's over. Game's over, right? That's why I say prioritize that shiz. Oops. The third thing I would give, honestly, I think you only need these two. If you just think of full clear over ganks and then invade well, and then think of objectives. Also, like objectives mean like pressing tab. Comparing the priority, who has prio, right? That's objectives, right? Like going into a Drake, you should be pressing tab. Okay, does my mid laner have 6? Both mid laners are 6. Okay, they're even. Who is stronger on their side, right? Who has prio? Okay, now let's look at the bot side, right? Who has prio? Who's healthy? Who has good items, right? And then you assess yourself, right? Do I have item? Am I 6? If he is he a champion who can go over the wall, flash out while stealing the objective? No. If he steals the objective, is there more on the map? Yes, because first Drake is pretty useless unless you have like no time. Like why Mundo was so strong before his nerf is his first, I'll say it, I swear I'll say it in this video. His first clear, just instantly get crab and base. Second clear, you wait the 5:30 timer. You know the 5:30 time. It was so huge back then. When hit the camps were reduced to 35, on your second clear, people found out if you don't kill your Gromp and only get one scuttle, right? You'd be at 22 camps. But if 5:30 came before you killed that Gromp and then you killed him, it would give you 2. AKA Empowered Smite. Free Drake. Okay? So that was huge. So the third thing, I don't even know what to tell you because it's kind of, you could kind of do it into this, right? Like you could move objectives down here or like ganks down here, but mainly it would be like 1 to keep it simple, full clear, while looking on the map. That's huge. While looking on the map, practice this. 2, I would tell him jungle tracking. That's the word I was looking for. Jungle tracking. If you are a jungler, you go into bronze. You full clear efficiently while looking at the appropriate gank timers, right? Like Don't gank while your full top side is up, right? And then you get a flash. That's not worth it. But if you full clear while tracking the enemy jungler, this is why I liked to ward this, because I could track him the whole game. Mind you, I wasn't, bro. I lost track of him instantly. And then third, do objectives. Objectives into like your invade timers. This is what I would tell him. I would tell him, hey, pick a good champion that can 1v9 or like a champ that gets you comfortable with the mechanics. Like Trundle, I recommend to a lot of people, right? Because auto Q W. He doesn't need his E, and when you use your W, you can just click Q while looking on the map, right? I did it multiple times. I would full clear into looking around. What's going on top? Okay, this person beats this person early. Okay, I look mid. Look mid. Okay, I'm clearing my Krugs as Trundle. Okay, Raptors. Oh, this guy's a little pushed up. And he just flashed earlier. Okay, I gank him. I take my pillar instead of Q. Easy kill. Go to bot side, right? That's a good gank. Why? Because it's Trundle is not like a 1v9. But if I was Viego, it would just full clear. Right? Full clear while looking, okay? Where is the enemy jungler at this current point? Okay, if I'm Viego, I cleared my top side. I get to my walls. Oh, he showed on the Raptors he showed on the Raptors ward, and he has 12 CS. Okay, so he's going top to bot. Okay, I finished my clear. Do I have prio bot? No. Okay, let me just go to top crab. Ping off my laners, or maybe I gank it. Right? Maybe I gank it. Who has first come to the scuttle? Do we win even on scuttle? Right? No. Okay, I'll just go top. Take that. Ward is blue or something or something. Base for my let's take a break. Base for my items, my clear is faster. Hey, guess what? I'm on my wolves. Where should he be? Raptors, ping off these guys. Right? That's just good jungle tracking. And then think of objectives. Hey, Drake has spawned. We got a ward on there. He's on there. Okay, let me just base and then take his top camps, right? Oh, look at that. He slayed the Drake. I got his blue buff and his Gromp. Right? That's what I would do. These three. These three. Just think about these three. Think about your full clear. And make sure you're looking while you're doing it. You're looking at your laners. Make sure you're jungle tracking. Even a little. Just caution your laners. Be like, hey, I don't know where this dude is. Can we get a ward on Raptors, right? And then think of objectives. I don't want you to sell the whole game on the third scuttle that comes up, right? So think, press tab, consider levels and all that shit. The amount of times I rocked up to Drake, be like, oh, Mundo full clears twice and then gets Drake, not knowing there was a Yone level 6, you know what I mean? Who just, hey, I got the Drake, but I gave Yone a kill. Today I wouldn't ever do that. Smites. Smites before his Q, mind you. What does his Q do? 20% current health max damage. It is max HP. So he literally smited. It's not max HP. It's like, you know what max health. It's current HP does. He literally smited and then through Q, it did last damage. Yeah. And he's not even here, by the way. He should be here by now. If it was max health, the damage would be the same no matter what. But since he smited, his cleavers are so little damage. So this dude obviously doesn't know the champ. You know, lots of low junglers just play whatever they want. They have like 5 champions that they like to play, and that's fine. So basically, he should be here. That Q he just threw should have been on this big Krug right here. What I am explaining is a challenger clear, by the way. I'm comparing this gold to soul, who probably isn't a one-trick mundo, to a challenger clear. Keep that in mind. I'm not doing the appropriate mundo clear for him. Oh yeah, he's silver. I mogged the shiz out of this dude. Okay. He deadass went back and hit it instead of just throwing a Q over. By the way, you throw a Q over. You need to stand like perfectly here and throw a Q over. It's extremely difficult. Tristan, what rank is he? What rank is he? If you say he's silver, then compare him with a silver. Because the way you do it, you have to have this dude, the big guy, leashed, right? You have to have him kited over here. You have to throw a perfect Q to hit this big Krug. It's not perfect. It's easy AF, the first one. Your second Q that comes up after that, you have to perfectly throw it down here so it hits the big one and slows so he doesn't reset. It's... I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I've never done it perfectly. What I'm currently... It could have been nerfed. Keep in mind, his Q does less damage, right? But that wouldn't affect the slow. It's Challenger shiz, I can't pull it off. What I... So why are we comparing it with him? I do is just save the second Q you would throw in between here on the Krug. I would do that. That would be my first one on the Krug. Honest to God. Because it's too difficult. You know, it's honestly so... But you still should show... You still should throw one over the wall to leash it toward you. Precise, it's insane. He shouldn't even be hitting the little one. You don't need to hit the little one. It's completely stupid. I think it's like one auto attack you need. Your pet will... He's gonna E here, but you should save it to kill the little ones. Yeah. His E is completely useless, by the way. Oh my god, we're gonna be double pausing me and him. Like, his... Yeah. Oh yeah, he's completely dog shit. He's completely ass. This is one of the worst Mundos I've ever seen. They're all the same. They really just don't understand the clear. Or like they're not a Mundo one trick, as you know. And they wouldn't understand why you do this thing and why you do this. It's like saying like, why do you put 3 Qs as Viego into the blue buff, then leash him back, 2 auto, Q, auto, and smite? They don't understand that. They just hit the camp, auto, auto. Like they're not looking at the world record clears and trying to mimic like one part of it. Compared to my gameplay, holy shit, this is ass. Yeah, right here, like standing right here, this is where you E through all the small ones while walking to Raptors.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. I'm gonna call out that.
Mind you, this is a nerfed Mundo.
This is a nerf Mundo. Oh.
Not feel it. I did not feel it at all.
Yeah. Nowadays, you kind of feel it. You do definitely feel it early game.
Oh.
He's
So
not
right
as strong
here,
as he
let's
once
go back
was.
because I missed it. This is, I also seen people do this. You E the small one through the big one. He just E's the big one.
Yeah. I thought I was going to talk about the Q. The Q, you can walk to this bush and Q the big one, or you can just hit this at max range, one of the little ones, right? I've seen both people do that. They're both good, but you definitely want to E the small one through the big one.
That's not right, because your E goes through and still does damage. Your E goes through and still does damage, by the way.
Autoing the big, or Qing the big one is good.
If you E the small one through the big one, it does damage to all of them. He just E the big one. Now look how healthy the small raptors are.
They are very healthy. So on that second E, you should already be leaving because you E'd all of them twice.
Oh yeah, it's so ass. It's so ass.
It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad.
Oh, he took W too. And he just...
You don't take W. 2 into Q is just too good. W doesn't do enough damage compared to the Q on the big camps.
Stop for no reason. You take 2 into Q.
Yeah, I did make this mistake at the start when I did blue side. So blue Gromp Wolves, I then took W because I thought it was better on the Raptors. It is just not.
He's bronze or silver. If I got the gold with this, I should be platter emerald. This is... No, you gotta throw the Q like over here. Yeah, the W is completely in.
The Q I don't matter too much about looking back. As long as you hit the big one.
Here, by the way. He hit the big one. He hit the small one with the Q. That's inting.
I love how angry I am. I'm actually pissed off. Back then, like, if you tell someone, like if you showed me that Nocturne today, like, remember watching that Nocturne who invaded? And I was like, this guy's plat 4. I'm not angry. I understand if you play a lot of games, you're bound to go up. You're also bound to stay where you are, and that's just it. But I knew back then I had a lot skill. I still do have a lot of skill, but I just don't have time to play. Really, I don't have time. Like, with MSI now, after MSI, we will do actual, like, play. I will play a lot. But back then, I didn't put in the games, and I was judging everyone. So keep that in mind.
You should already be here eating the small one through the big one.
This reminds me of the TikToks where that dude is, like, he's sitting on his phone, right? And he's scrolling like food TikToks. And it's like, we just got Burger King. And he pauses like, awful, your kids are, you're gonna die at 40. Swipes up. It's like meat on like a wooden cut board. He's like, you're gonna live to 80? Congratulations.
Yeah, this is completely obnoxious, Mundo. Yeah, you literally
This
and
is
you
Nerf Mundo, so
literally got
246 clear
gifted on a
around.
silver platter, bro. You have double the CS. This Quinn
Oh, this Quinn is bad, yeah.
went like Raptors to blue buff. Now it's Grumpy for blues. The blue buff lasts longer.
Yeah, and you want your camps synced up as perfectly for your second clear. So you want to do Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Grump, because your second clear is just going to be Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, and then you have some time if you killed the blue one. You have like 15 seconds where you're sitting there. Back then, you could argue like the 5:30 thing. If you're only going to get one scuttle, but with Mundo, you have such a good clear, you should get both scuttles.
Like the W is so inting here. I don't know how to explain.
It's kind of, but like he doesn't know, man.
He just second smited. He just
Yeah,
second smited.
That's bad.
You'd never second smite as Mundo. His clear's
You're
gonna
set, like not just as Mundo, just in general. You gotta save your smite for
be
scuttle.
slower than mine, and I have a second smite.
That's most challenger. Like if you put a challenger clearing against a bronze that smites twice, it still will be better.
This is one of the worst Mundos I've ever seen.
Well, they're all the same. Realistically, all the lower Mundos I've watched have been bad.
Like Crab is up. Crab is up.
Crab is up. This is very bad clear. A 3-minute clear post nerf Mundo, I could go into a game. I have it up, right? He's not
You're
even
on
done.
red side and you're not on Crab yet, and you use 2 smites. I should have known from the flash up top.
It's 303 kind of.
I should have known from the flash up top.
I was talking about it's 302. I was talking about the mid laner Annie flash or the Yasuo flash, sorry. But he did 303. I can get like I want to be confident. I haven't played this dude in a while. 250 red side. I mean, I could take this and cheese it. But no. He's probably running these runes. I don't want to cheese it. Cheesing is being a pussy. 250, I guarantee it. I didn't go red side. Oh, we can just go, yeah. So Mundo kind of runs red nowadays because his damage is a little weird. And his move speed is just so good with Swifties. But he's mostly built for a tank nowadays, and if he ever goes jungle, which you probably won't see this dude for a very long time, unless he gets some kind of buff. Speed it up. Alright, I'm gonna demonstrate. Q auto, 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 one more. 1, 2, 3, Q, 1, 2, 3, Q, auto, auto, auto Q over smite E, auto E. Just auto in it now. But you want to say the second E, right? Oops. See, some mistakes even. You want to leash it up here and then E this. Oh my gosh, the clear is bad. Hold up. I've been warned up today even. Auto the big one and then E the small one. And then this is the tough part, right? Shoving your ass over there. While autoing the big one and then doing this. Like that, right? I didn't hit my 3. We gotta reset actually. Because I didn't hit my 3. Well, that was embarrassing. Not really. I want to go from the top side. This is easier to look at. Oh wait, I'm gonna take turret damage. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, this one for serious. This one for serious. Hey, I get one mistake.
it's like this actually. Wow, you definitely feel it's clear. It has been a while. It's 5 autos into him. Alright, it's coming back. Give me a second. So let's not flame him anymore, Tristan. How about that? I forgot. Since the nerf, it used to be 4-3-4, I'm pretty sure, in auto perspective with E'ing in between, or Qing in between, right? This is 5 right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. It was that. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's coming back to me. It's already back. Like, this is the position I want to be in. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, okay. A lot better, a lot better. So here you can go over the wall and just do this. Whoa, dude. What the fudge is that, lag? See? Okay. Yeah, we did really bad at the first time. Here you want to Q right here. Auto, E through them. Auto, Q again. And then just kite backward. Like that. Yeah, you feel it definitely, sadly. Oh, he used to be so fast, man. Alright, let's see if we get 250. Oh, on the dot, bro. 250 on the dot. I think if you pull up like his actual clear time, it's around 246-ish? 246-ish, but like, yeah, I'm rusty, bro. It took me 3 attempts. But this is like when I was prime Mundo. Like, this is the way I was playing Mundo here. I would just, this is all I would do on the game. I would just practice this clear over and over and over again. Hello, you have a point. You have a point. He's level 4, and now he takes it after he throws a Q. Yeah, that's not good. Q. W. Auto E. If Quinn flashes, yeah. Like, so I would get Scuttle and base here. 12 CS, level 3, just here. Yeah, this Quinn is so bad. And that also pissed me off. Because no matter how bad the dude I was watching, the other dude would be so much worse. He's actually inting. Auto E. He's not auto Eing. And he doesn't have E the reset. He's still not auto Eing. Now he does it. Yeah. Like, this is completely inting. If I saw, like, right here, he's silver. He's silver or bronze. Now I know why the top went so. You can base here. You can base, honestly. Base for 8 seconds, you'll be on your Krugs. Top Scuttle doesn't really matter that much because he's late to Scuttle. He's so abhorrently late to Scuttle. It's a really bad clear. Like, we hit a 250, he did a 303, right? Like, 13 seconds doesn't sound bad, but it really is. Like, right there, Quinn wouldn't even be there. The Scuttle would be gone, you would be in top. That's just the Mundo thing. You ward this. You can ward that, yeah. You just walk. Quinn now kills us, I think. You gotta remember, Quinn has... Oh, voice crack. Quinn has based. So she died, so she had a free base. Okay, you don't need to explain it like that, bro. Free. Because you have not based. You have not based. I don't know why you stop and throw a Q here. The Q should be on him. Yeah, his Q cost health. This is an awful flash. But it hit, so he got it. An awful flash. Darius doesn't even have Ghost. Yeah, that's why I want him to base at the... Or me in the current. Not me in the past. But, like, you know, what I think me in the past was so fixated on his bad clear because if he just had a better clear, he gets both scuttles, but he doesn't get the kill, right? But Quinn should be out of the game. Ghost Flash pinged it, you're suck ass. Right here, I would never base. I'm going straight. We're wrong about that, Tristan. We've gotten a full clear into a kill and scuttle on Mundo. We have a really juicy base, like Giant Spelled and Ruby Crystal on my Krugs. Like, you playing an Abhorrent game. I'm not even gonna lie. We can go back to Nami. Yeah, I'm hitting Plat Mundo. That guy's... Well, we obviously don't want to watch Nami. Ever look at this Q is all he has. Giving this... If I just go back to Nami, we don't have not. And we're winning this shiz. Oh, is it broken? Let's run this. Okay. If past me doesn't get a 250 clear, I'm telling you. Dude, I used to be so nervous back then because I associate like rank with skill, obviously. That's how it works. Rank with skill. So if I'm like, hey, you're a low rank, you're a dumbass. No, bro. This is League of Legends. High challenger players. They're insane. This is gonna be easiest rank. I can't believe that Mundo is a fudged net. Let's view that Mundo's profile. Which one was it? Should we check on Phony Baloney? He's plat. Oh, he's a Vagar one trick. Arena. Ranked. No, he's just support main. Pull up the op.gg. I haven't played Mundo in such a long time. So yeah, it's literally, it's support. Random jungle Mundo game, probably filled. ADC. Yeah, I'm fine. I always think that sound is you getting autofilled. Do we even ban anywhere? I have no idea. As Mundo? I don't, maybe Alistar, if that's a high elo shiz though. He's just a Lilia for who I hate playing against. Oh yeah, Lilia. They pick Mundo, who I go. Trundle. Ego band. This is jungling support. Oh my gosh, these guys are useless. Let him mute this shiz. That's what you gotta do. Someone's dodging, by the way. If you're just low elo jungler, just mute everything. It literally says Mundo is 5th tier jungle. I got pissed, and then we'll talk about that. Mic muted? I gotta take a shower too tonight. I have like 2 hours I can spare. I shiz you not, it says he's 5th tier jungle. Yeah, sadly like he's 50. It's clear nerf is it actually was pretty bad. Gonna be annoying. The Graze is gonna be annoying. Graze should be fine. I doubt a gold Graze will be good. Build again? Yeah, I gotta take a shower. Yone. What'd I say about Yone, bro? This is my matchup's fine again. Doesn't really matter. Let's get into the game.
Watch this.
Hopefully you can see
Sadly,
this
I
one
work
later.
in 2 hours, and then the next night, which was the
Is that a
play-in
plat?
final.
Are these plats? Why am I in plat?
I wasn't supposed to work, but this dude's stomach literally exploded apparently, and they wanted me to do 1 to 9. I said I'll do 12 to 4. So I'll miss the first game of the final, but like I get McDonald's after
Are
work,
these
so that's
flat?
fine.
I don't know.
Oh, we're red side. I didn't even notice. Didn't know. Okay. Bro thinks he's plat, by the way. Do I look like I've changed much in a couple months?
I think I just walk here.
Maybe a little more facial hair. Hairline's the same.
Shit, is that camera's fast.
Yeah, the camera is fast. I did need to change it. This is a fine ward. It's to stop Graves from taking my raptors. Ooh, voice crack. That's a crazy cleaver. That's a deep ward. It doesn't need to be that deep.
Well, that was obvious. Watch this clear.
I don't know what Yumi's doing. That's not even the default ward from Yumi. Watch this clear. Okay, let's see it, bro. This is prime me clearing, by the way. Me today going into clear, that's rusty ass Tristan. That's Tristan practicing Viego like clear
You can
10
actually
times a
just
day.
leash him.
This is the better option. And I hit the small one.
Thank you, the little one here.
Not bad. Not bad. Not the worst.
I'll never hit the big one.
No, I missed it. Ooh, what the fudge?
Oh my gosh, my cursor's fudging cooked.
Oh yeah, my cursor. This is where weirdly my cursor
It's
started.
going off to my second monitor.
When I
didn't lock it.
move my map on the right side, like if I moved it this way, it wouldn't move the camera. My mouse would just go to my second screen.
I don't know how we got that deep vision there.
Yeah, while like the way that the whole bot lane is gonna fizzle out here, I should just go top.
I think I used second smite here.
I want to use second smite to gank. Completely oblivious that Graves was bot, by the way.
My ganks aren't good, and he was on red, so.
Oh, I did notice.
Ah, Graves is here.
I should just go top right now.
Space.
Base is fine. Base means I'm not
Wow,
getting
Graves
top crap.
clear is actually that fast. That's insane.
Didn't
That's
take
actually
sweeper.
insane.
If he
It's
isn't
actually an
showing
insane high lobby.
mid
Graves
or
is that
bot,
fast.
he's getting top crap. So
Like, what's
this
the
is a
chances
mistake.
I load in just to a fudging random match and I get a fudging Graves off the bat?
He based. He got skull immediately based, so he could be here.
Yeah. Gotta get that.
That's a very bad play for me.
Wow, his tempo is actually insane.
But let's see if I know I won't have upgrade smite for Drake. I'll just
Now I
take it.
can use W here.
You should like never smite your bot camps unless you're like guaranteed it's a gank and you need to smite or they're gonna leave in time.
I don't really like using W in that way.
It's fine. You can never ever leave.
So what are we thinking here? It's full clear. Okay, full clear over ganks.
Yeah, Graves will hit 6.
Nice.
before
Good
me.
note.
I think I hit the big one then.
Pretty sure I did.
Doesn't really matter because it's Yorick.
Yeah and no. Yeah, I can't do the 530 method here because I didn't get a scuttle. Right now, I should be pressing tab. Like, what is Graves looking at? Has he got his Krugs? Oh, this is when I knew he
What
was
the
really
fudge
bad.
am I witnessing here?
Oh my gosh, this is when I knew I was pretty good.
Yeah, he's inting.
Alright,
What
we
the
just got a Graves kill. But we still haven't pressed tab. I don't know what's happening.
Fudge was that?
We did for a second. What do you think I saw in that second? He's at 45 compared to 40. Okay. We full cleared, but no scuttle. He got double. So he should be 8 CS higher than us. But he's not. So his Krugs are up. But this scuttle should be spawning soon.
45. How does he have more CS than me?
You did not just say that, bro. This scuttle should be spawning soon, but there's nothing here.
He got the crab. What the fudge?
This
Nah,
is
it's
not a
Drake
Drake.
here.
It's not a Drake.
Actually, it might be.
No, 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 no. Both your bot lane and mid lane are going to be catching waves. Now we could assume Graves is going top, but his Krugs are still up. So someone's going to show bot here. Graves could E over the wall, right? Yeah, here comes Yone. Now, I don't know what the pings were. Yeah, I'm dead here. Alt.
Alt. Probably looks good.
It's still
probably looks
good.
though.
Because Ezreal just is... This Ezreal was a demon. He definitely carried me.
Nah, it doesn't.
No.
You don't know.
But our Zed gets fed this match.
Forgot about Yon, bro. Yon sucks ass.
It's not just Yone, it's... By the time you get to the first Drake after your second clear, mid laners will be 6. That just is. They just
Forgot
will
about
be
Yon,
6.
bro. Yon sucks ass to play against with Mundo.
It is bad with Bork when he always builds into Bork.
Fudging the worst. I got Drake. That's all I wanted. I can't believe I didn't hit
Not
6
worth.
off the Drake.
Today I would say not worth. Not worth.
They didn't get scuttle. Yeah, I should know that.
Should have known that. Yeah. There's so much shiz happening at once that you're clearing
Yeah,
your
but I want to
camps.
stack Drake.
You're thinking about your abilities and shiz.
That's
It's
all I wanted
the
to do.
little details that matter more.
These Yon is fed. I want to play against Yon. I want you to play around Yon.
Yone is not on your team, bro. See how I mean? It's so much going on in
Play
your brain.
against Ron.
He shouldn't be topside. He should be bot.
Playing myself?
Yo, I'm not good.
Yeah, this Tom Ken's actually.
I don't know why Tom Kench is ever pinging me here. You're a Tom Kench. I'm not ganking your lane.
You want to do
I'm not
grubs?
winning this game with
I
a
gotta go
fed
bot,
Tom
I gotta
Kench.
bot. We do camps. Just leave that.
Yeah, he's not bot side.
My grubs are useless, man.
Grubs
Leave
are
it.
useless. In the sense that he loses something. He's literally getting a free camp here. His tempo is just down. And I should have invaded his raptors here. I should have like skipped blue and gone raptors. There's two things. He can be bot side or he can be on void grips. That's not even a good
Did
word.
that not hit the fail light?
No.
Sorry.
So he is bot side. I could go straight to Void Grubs. Like I have a minute. But I want Heartsteel. I could go Heartsteel
That's all
into
I
Void
wanted.
Grubs. But I should ping off bot now.
Give me a look, grubs. Caution, this dude's here.
I don't know
Are you look
where
grubs
Graze
taking
is or how his tempo is this bad.
Caution, yeah.
Like he should be on his Krugs or Void Grubs right now. Yeah, he's bot. Bot lane dies even though I pinged it a million times. I could invade him here. I'm pretty sure his Gromp should be up.
I'm good. Maybe I should have invaded him, but I don't know if his camps are up.
True, we don't know, but they should be because of his clear path.
Yeah, smite too.
But the next thing we're playing for is our full clear into boots, into Drake. Yep,
We should just win. Zed is so fad.
true. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I died on Mundo to a Yone level 6. It's insane. Like, it's like God keeps saying like, hey, you keep dying like this. I'm like, run it again. Yeah, if I invaded him well, the first invade I said if he was on Void Grubs, we should have just got a ward on his Raptors and that would have told us everything, right? But the second time, I should have taken his bot. Because I actually might have Empowered Smite. If I play this game better.
For fudge's sake, I don't have that command off.
Yeah, for some reason, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, every time I start basing, I have some shiz that, like, I'll fat finger right click and move. Or I'll have my cautions up.
Can we get this?
Yeah, it looks good with a Fed Zed.
Ask him one more time.
Like, why would Tom ever ask for assistance? My camera position is kind of ass here. But I'm waiting for Zed. I'll walk up. Graves is dead here. Ho, if I hit that cleaver, he's dead. We should win this now that Ezreal caught the wave.
One K, 1K.
110 smite, by the way. Or, sorry, 10-10 smite. Not really much there with Zed leaving to catch a wave.
You guys like my smite though? You lost my smite? It was 110 he smite, I smote at 10. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was close. Okay, we just want to play for a full clear now.
Three, 1 Yorick. Should be fine.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, York usually just wants to, that was a good invade from him. I spent too much time on that Drake.
Yeah, smite for it.
We both did have smite for it. Yeah, this game looks
I think this game is unlosable with Zed.
kind of, yeah. It's Chemtech too.
Maybe do a bot gank soon.
His clear is so ass nowadays, bro. Bro, Viego is so much better. It's sad to see, bro. Yeah. After Graves died, I should have looked at his spot camps. I should have looked at his Raptors at least. Herald too is nice.
Just dead man's, I feel like.
Yeah.
Do this.
They're all AD. I could have gone on plated steel caps too.
Didn't walk up the way I wanted though.
Dog's just pathing, bro. Okay. He's dead. There's
I don't
nothing.
think I win with Tom Kench.
No.
Yeah, he's just cooked.
This is where I cook, right? I overcook, not cook. Four here I go in too early. Way too
Not
much
good for
is there
Zed,
with
though.
four. We still traded 2 for 2 though, which is nice.
Maybe.
Or 2 for 1, sorry.
Showing it.
It's actually
guys are
pretty
in.
good. It should be Drake, yeah. In theory, you should get my Raptors again.
I don't know. TP. Someone just TP'd. York TP'd. This dude's not fighting this, is he?
He is, and it's good because he's going on the Graves. Yeah, the Graves is dead, it's fine. The game's won. It's very won.
Alright. Let's go here.
You gotta love that double ward though. Yeah, after this I really gotta clear. See, even like a tiny bit of bad plays, bro, my tempo sucks ass. But it's kind of just Mundo clearing too. I don't know why I just like disregard my Raptors here. It's kind of weird. But I guess Zed isn't there.
This game's won. Unlosable.
It's pretty hard to lose this game.
Forgot an 8-click. Whatever.
Yeah, my Raptors are gone.
I'm gonna have to catch this wave.
Yeah, I don't know why Zed just left this wave. Should base soon. Told you guys, unlosable. Every game is losable, man. Unlosable. So right here, what should you do? You have a lot of options. You got Baron spawning, you have top scuttle, you have your bot camps are up, and you have his raptors respawning.
Twitch no
I
flash.
really would like to invade top here. I go for the raptors, it's also fine. It's like a guarantee play. Like we don't know his top camps are up. We know his raptors are here. And we can cover for Zed, which is also nice. Oh, and then we just go across, okay. Yeah. Raptors Wolves is nice.
Can you fight this? Fight this?
This looks like a good fight. You don't have a wave. Brother. Oh, this is the Twitch one, right? Yeah. Mechanically, it's
You're
kind of
right.
iron. Ezreal was pushing bot the whole time.
Can't do this by myself, man.
Stop picking your nose. You can't do
Nah,
it, bro.
just leave that shit. See Drake.
Base into Drake, I like it. I still should
It's
cover
one,
him
it's
with
one. It's literally one.
Yeah, after that it's one. I should have pushed one more and then based. Yeah, it's kind of one from here on. It's kind of just like going through the motions. A 13 and 4 Zed, you're not really
Holy
losing.
shiz.
Same thing with the clicking for some reason.
Should we watch our oldest one? Spectating Gizmo, who's a silver at the time.
Yeah, it's one. I mean, what Tom Kansas doing is fine. He's just luring him away. Imagine if he W'd onto the Herald and get odd.
GG.
Ah, he didn't, but it's still cool.
That guy never died with Chemtex.
True.
Cover for them. It's over, bro. We can skip to the end.
Do the last team fight. We have Baron at this point, right? Here's the last fight.
GG.
Push and win. Yeah, I had some mistakes.
Told you
here.
guys. What did I say?
I haven't played in like what, 2 months?
What did I say?
What did I say, bro? You deserve to lose every game, bro.
hit the turrets, bro. Yeah. I told you. I told you. I told you. Okay, stop with the ego, bro. You did not play that good. My punches. For fudge's sake. Yo, that mid laner's name. Okay, bro, you can't say that with that guy. I'm playing another one, sadly. It's Fnatic, bro.
Eternal fire.
But you can see, that was the most okay game ever, I guess. I didn't really go through the motions of carrying. Should we watch this one? It's one of my favorite videos. I remember this one. Should we watch this one? Oh, the winter map.
Alright, today we're doing something different.
Oh, the old music, bro.
Since I
We know what happens previously, bro.
recommended Trundle, I can tell you bro is not a Trundle player. Okay, we scrapped that pretty
I
fast.
missed the face
We
cam.
scrapped that. I even gave them my
Wish I had
build.
one back.
They got double ace.
Their
Okay,
Trundle
this
was
is pretty
fine,
crazy.
bro.
4 aces in a row. Maybe they should go back. But then then the Nefiri comes in.
Okay, bro.
We're
Skip.
getting silver 4 lobbies.
This is Gizmo peaking silver for
You
it.
can see the win rate. The win rates
Wait,
on
how does that make
everything.
sense? What is their rank here? What's their rank here?
Alright, today we're doing something different.
Oh my gosh.
Since I don't want to play the game,
Oh my god, they're
I
bronze
don't
too. We
wanna
have to watch.
we got my friend Gizmo here.
Alright, let's take our
a
advice. We'll see.
bronze, and by here. I joined this match and then here started coaching.
Yeah, so they were playing in iron and I wasn't saying anything. They got the bronze and I was like, okay, I'll give you some
These
tips.
games is an off game. But I wanna
So like
I want here start coaching.
1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, it was good, and then the
Game.
last one was bad.
Okay. Oh, my game could do 4-11.
This is the one I click on first is not the
not-
one I was watching.
Actually, I had a
They get the vibe. What is it? It's all coming
oops,
back
wrong
together.
person. Oh no. Let's do pull this shiz up. Let's do this. Just because I want to get in the mode of what they were looking at.
40 treats on
Oops.
the cans, by the way.
Alright.
Oh my
Rise
gosh,
is
it's
super
Atacon
late
days.
game MF.
It's Atacon
super
days.
team oriented. Super team oriented too, okay?
What the
Sees
fuck
Kane?
is he talking about?
Oriented. Vi's a super late game MF. Super team
I would say she peaks like first item in GA,
oriented.
but she is
Super
kind of team. Depends
Team
how you build her.
oriented too, okay? Sees Kane. I should click on Vi. Started W. Okay. I will want a Q for the stun here, but
Yeah.
like, Kane should be dead. Huge kill.
Sure, a
over to
Q there
Vi.
would have been
We
kind of
base-
huge. Base longsword.
Easy,
Remember,
easy buyout.
long camp timers.
I don't know what that was. It's fine. Alright. Garen top. It
Oh
looks
my
like a
gosh,
good
no
comp.
home guards. It was miserable.
Insane team fighters like a Galio. He got Jinx to kite it.
Talking about comps, I had no idea what I was talking about. The main thing we should be looking at, they have an Ornn, a Galio, and then a Kayn and Jinx. We are full sending on Jinx every time.
Okay, nice kiting. We love that. I think Vi goes E here next. Okay, you could
She
kite that a
does.
little better.
That we've studied this clear for a long time. It's 2 integrals.
Good kiting. Nothing bad. Pretty good game.
This is gonna be a long
So
ass
far,
one.
very good. You could kited that, but
Yeah, early jungle in a year ago or something.
honestly, Vi's Q is super good.
Yeah?
You get in, out. Very nice.
No, you can get in and then you die. That's what happens. You can go in and then you die if you miss it.
Okay, nice. Q over wall here. Perfect, perfect.
Oh my gosh, Gizmo, how far have we come, bro?
Looks like he's got bot prio.
A little slow on the Raptors. It's fine.
Yeah, usually want to
Oof.
queue over the wall.
Bots. I think bot's dead here.
I think what's to do.
No brain gets out.
Bro,
That'd
you
be-
can
that'd be-
look. It's not like we're spectating live. He used a Q there too. You want to use it over the wall.
Okay, Q over wall. Doesn't have Q up, that's fine. Smite this.
You know.
Okay,
Or
now
oh
smite.
wait, it's
I talked with
old.
them today, and they said they like saving smite for scuttle,
Yeah, just right.
which is, I mean, you got 2 of them.
Well, this
now.
late, kind of, yeah, but we wouldn't have it for
That's
Scuttle
fine.
if there was a fight there. I
Okay,
figured that out a
Bot's
lot
missing.
later.
your mid's not there. Kane is here.
Yeah, that's rough. We die here. Uh,
You should win this. You have Q. You
No.
go through wall.
now we're dead.
Galio's missing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
It's crazy looking back in the past, knowing like, hey, you lose this fight, and
feel
old
like
me
you'll win
saying
that.
you should win this.
It's fine. Okay, so Vagar get it.
That's better, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know where Galio went. That's
You
like
probably
the
took a bad
easiest.
base.
Just head to river, you win that 1v2.
Yeah.
Feel like there hasn't been pings.
No, bro, there is no pings here.
Like no one's pinging.
No one's
Okay, I'll go
pinging.
for top crab here.
I don't even think we ping Kane's
Does
flash.
Crump.
You should smite this.
I mean, I feel
Also,
like
no one got top grab or bot
What?
grab.
They stay. Their smite is bleeding right now.
Oh yeah, I used to call that.
Still not smiting.
Dude, me and the smite and the clears back then, holy shiz.
You gotta hit that.
You gotta hit that.
Okay,
Nice.
that was close. Q.
Mainly we just want to farm till 6 on
Yes,
bot.
I would ward drag. Now, when I got in a call today, bro was not buying control boards, so seeing a control board does surprise me. Okay, nice.
Yeah, you can just... I wouldn't buy a control ward too early.
Okay, Kane's mid. Your Vega's
We
dead.
didn't even put the control ward down.
That's all
Oh,
1v2
shiz.
there.
We should lose this. Ouch.
Okay, you're fine. You didn't ward Drake.
Yeah, you can take the wave.
Yeah, you can take that.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Or, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there. You saw them river.
Okay, now we have nothing.
I don't know,
Buy's
like,
nice because you can
purple.
queue out of the pit.
You're fighting here, and it's
On
not
the
a good
Jinx.
fight.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cooked.
Yeah, you are cooked, buddy.
No, that's a bad start. I don't know why you listened to Kai
That was
something
not
in
a
that.
good fight. Look
We're
at
not even
Vagar coming
6
down
yet, bro.
Who's Vagar? Bro thinks he's level 18.
That's really bad.
Okay. I would just do camps here.
Yeah, that's the only thing to do.
Unless there's a fight mid.
No.
No, your Vagar's dead. Alright, just clear camps again.
It's sort of
Yeah,
it's
that was
kind of hard to
insane
remember
Galio
because
ult.
you don't spike 6 off the crumbs on your
thresh hook.
second clear.
Okay, Kane went top. You should probably ping Garen.
But a fight there is good, but we just don't consider, like, me and you both, Gizmo. We don't think about mid laner 6 at all.
I feel like they haven't pinged at all. Have they pinged once?
No one pings, bro. Unless they're angry at someone.
You're gonna hit that. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Nice. I don't know what this Garen's doing.
What does that even
I feel
mean?
like he's been sitting there in that bush for a while.
Ah, nah, we should have just cleared.
Okay, going top. I don't know why.
Mid 6? We
You
don't know
looking for a
sums, by the
pickup
way.
here? There's
Why does
nothing.
Gizmo always do this shit?
Oh, grubs. They are not on my screen for some reason.
Ah, okay, wood grubs.
Okay, grubs.
You saw
just
him.
saw him top. Galio probably has ult up. Nope.
You use
Ult down,
way
that's
too
awesome.
much cooldowns on the camps.
Okay, but Ornn has
You could have
ult up.
flashed that, he's dead.
I don't think you smite that, but that's fine.
I don't know what
This
that
Galio's
even
coming.
means.
This Galio's coming. You are pinched as
You're
fudge.
dead.
What do you do here? You got ult.
You got ult, yeah.
Oh, massive taunt. Oh, it's massive. Okay, you ult there.
That's way too late.
Oh, that Vigor's dead.
Are you gonna get shizzed
Oh,
on?
massive Ornn ult.
It wasn't
Oh.
that massive. Kane would have got a double there, it wouldn't have mattered. But
Okay,
you should have
not
went
good
on the
fight.
Kane. You could have queued, flashed, ult. Garen could have came, ulted him, and then the play is just winning.
Alright, what do you do here?
What do
Go
you do
back to
here
grub to do
exactly?
bot camps?
Bros Krugs have been there. They're still
got
on
one
level
grub.
2, keep in mind. They've been
And
cleared
Kane didn't
once.
go for them. That's pretty good.
Going top here is kind of useless. I would just go bots.
Even Flash. He must have been close to dying. Massive bot kill.
Massive bot kill is funny. Bro, I don't care about bot. How are we playing? Garen
I
almost
feel like
died
they
there.
should just kill that Jinx, no? I mean, everyone's low on mana.
Are we talking about us or are we talking about bot lane here?
Oh my gosh, you don't even have Empowered Smite yet.
Nope.
There you go. Oh no, Grubs don't give that. Okay, here you get it.
Yep.
Okay, he cleared bot camps. I can still see where he is, because
He could have gone for an
his
invade.
camps go down.
Our tempo is dog shiz.
There you go. What is it called? Unleash Smite. I think Empowered's the third one.
Doesn't matter, bro. The names do not matter. I can't see the summoners because there's a drink in the way.
I
We
would
have
be
Drake
surprised if
130.
you went to check your bots or your
Yeah.
raptors. But this is bronze.
This is bronze.
Oh, he went mid. Oh, he ganked mid. Okay.
Like a 4-2-3 like on my Viego.
I would clear that
Or the
wave.
game's over, bro.
Yeah, nice.
There's nothing here.
You do not kill that MF.
True. We'll have ult up for Drake.
Alright, nice. Okay, they've taken some bad fights here, but it's fine for bronze. Anything can happen in bronze.
True. Yeah, it's just a good take. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in
Nice.
anything.
You got Drake in 30 seconds. Are my timers not up?
I don't know how timers
Do
work.
you not have the timers for the
They were
mini-map?
glitched AF
It's
back
kind of
then.
annoying. Alright. You have Drake in 15.
He
You
went
should
blue
look
king.
to have a play. Or do a play.
Have a play. You should look to have a play.
Okay, Kane's top. You should start Drake.
Yeah, you can start Drake or
Or
dive
you should
this.
look to dive that Jinx. That Jinx looks so diveable. Alt? Alt?
I don't know why you wait so long.
Massive.
And that Kaisa doesn't kite good enough for you.
Oh, you took too much.
But that dive
Is
was
there a
dog
life
shit.
route down here? I don't think so. I feel like you should still get Dragon.
Yeah, Kane's in your top
Okay,
side.
Kane is in your top camps.
You're gonna get Drake and lose everything for it.
Did you ping that?
Nope.
You did. You pinged Kane.
Oh, Kane's coming now. That's good.
Okay. Kane's looking to do Drake.
But I think in this moment Kane wants
Okay,
Drake
you don't have a
because
ward
he's
for
up.
this. How are we looking? Galio's missing. Vegar's
We're
in
looking
base.
nice.
Oh,
That's a
you
good
sent
cue.
it.
But
You
we have
sent
no
it,
ult,
ult.
remember.
Oh, massive. Here comes Galio. Massive knockup.
Look the Jinx.
You run into his taunt.
Jinx is sitting there autoing.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah. Bro, remember what we talked about at the start?
It 1 for 3. That was not it.
No, because
This
the
Galio
Jinx is the
ults are
only one they can
insane.
go on.
actually insane.
Ornn
Veigar's
built
looking to steal it.
Sunfire. Galio built Hollow Radiance. They have a Thresh with
And
Locket.
too early. Okay, Veigar. Veigar can't do anything. 1 in 5 can't steal a Drake. This Galio's 2-0-8. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
What do you expect? He's got the best ult setups.
Alright, no objectives up. You got camps up, just do them. I gotta drink something. Bro's team fights are pretty horrid. They're pretty
I'm
bad.
glad I know that this early. When does this start even? 5 hours? It's like 3:30 or no 3.
Okay, he got it. Yeah.
Maybe I come back in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's rough.
Did they get 2 here?
Yeah. Oh no, he calls it off. Oh no,
I
Kane's here.
think they do. Kane ult. Doesn't even need it.
Doesn't
oh my
need it.
gosh, that was bad. Oh my gosh, that was bad.
Why do I sound so zesty, bro?
Jeez. You
Eh.
just
Anything to say?
shake it off. Just shake it off.
Oh my, we're
Okay, where are
cooked.
we looking now? Kane
We're
took your
3 and
rolls.
5, bro. We have 1 and 4, 1 and 3, 1 and 5,
Kane is
0-2.
pinging a Veigar dive.
This game is lost.
Doesn't go through with it.
If it gets to 10k,
Alright.
I'll click off because you're not winning at 10k. We could have been at like 100 CS
There
already.
they go. Yeah, that Veigar's dead.
Your Raptors
And
are
he's
gone.
on your Raptors.
Yeah, nice note. This is our only
Okay,
dive
no
here.
ult dive
We don't
here?
have ult or Q
How
flash.
does it look? You have Thresh here?
Oh my gosh, she's gonna take the
Oh.
thing. She just flashed
What
in.
is that Jinx doing?
That's true.
That's so winnable.
Kane should be here though.
That Kai'Sa needs to kite. What? Like, do something. There you go.
There we are.
Massive onto the Kane.
No, we have no
Oh, you
ult.
have bounties up. Oh, it's so tragic.
It's a good play, very good play though.
Okay, we're chasing.
Where's Galio?
Oh, yeah, you lose that, brother.
He could have waited 10 seconds for ult.
Oh, it's close. Yeah. Oh, let's go.
Nice.
Huge brand. Huge brand stun.
That was a really good deal. He didn't have an ult either.
Nice, just recall.
We could have got Drake actually.
Okay, we got Herald up. We're healing. What
shoulda
are we
got
buying?
Drake.
What are we buying? We bought a Tunneler. Sword. Loin moat. Okay, decent. No control word, but that's fine.
It's not bad, but we want another item. We're just too far
Why
from
does it
it.
say Grub's 90 gold here? That's impossible.
That is impossible.
Okay. Looking for Ornn.
We're giving Drake up for this Ornn play.
Ornn does have ult. Tower goes down. Ults the Ornn. No, it doesn't. Ornn ults. Okay, Garen ults. You save your ult.
Should get Herald
That
now.
should be immediate Herald. Garen is
Both
pinging
of us
Herald.
know.
Yep. Let's
Those
clap
who
it up.
know.
Let's clap it up.
Clap it up, I guess. Alright, that's the Drake
Okay,
gone
Garen
now.
hasn't backed at 1-0.
No,
or
what
not
the
Garen.
fudge?
Galio.
Was that only the
Ooh.
second Drake?
Dive on bot. Oh my gosh, it's insanely disgusting.
Yeah, you gotta keep that in mind, bro. If you're doing a top play, you gotta ping your bot.
Yeah, he took your Krugs.
He'll take
probably
all of
your
it, man.
red.
Yeah, he'll take
Your
all of it.
Veigar's dying.
Your Veigar's dead.
That Veigar's dead. There's no way he lives. Yeah.
Yeah, your red and Raptors will be
Oh,
on.
and you're walking right into it. Kai'Sa is getting angry. You rip Herald mid, okay. A TP comes out
Yeah, you're dead.
from Galio.
Take Herald and get out.
Kane's right behind you. You go onto Kane. You get taunted here. You ult through it. There's no tower there. You flash.
You're
Q
dead.
again. Oh, That's not good. A little overcommitted.
That's not good, bro. The
Oh,
game
wait,
is
you're
gonna be
dead for
lost.
24 seconds.
We'll
Let's see
skip
how
ahead,
bot's
bro.
doing.
I don't care how bot's doing. Skip
Bot
ahead.
got doubled. That's nice. Kane's lurking. Yeah, you
Trying to
should
use
have
my
known
feet
that.
to do this.
He has ults. Okay, you're back up. You just lost
Alright,
bot
we should
side.
sprint to Drake, but it's gone.
Orange pushing
So we
tier
can just go
2.
top.
Oh, he's like he's a full item up on you.
Oh, it's not. Well, you should have went to Drake.
You ping top. You ping this Orin, okay. Good Q.
Bro, ask yourself, what do you have on this Orn?
You don't have ults. Oh,
Oh
this is
my
bad.
gosh, you're gonna get soloed by an Orn.
Oh no. He flashed. He ults. He's gonna hit you. Yeah. Karen's coming.
We're giving up Drake for this play, keep that in mind.
He is on Drake. But you can't even contest because you're still 3 camps down. How long has your smite been there? I hope not too long.
Am I asking,
I
like,
don't
the
mean, like,
camps on the
you've
smite?
had 2 smites. Okay, there you
Oh,
go.
I'm talking about 2.
Oops, I went off. Okay, just clear camps.
Game's over, bro.
You got your best smite up now.
It's 6K, we need a bot, we
Looks
need a
like
mid
the fight's
player right now.
mid. They just got soul point. You're 6K down.
Oops. Oh, I forgot I can do that.
Okay, your guys are pushing
6K
top,
isn't bad. 6K is like 2 plays off.
trading top for bot. Ping's coming, Vi. On the way, you ping.
You are way too
Okay.
early to this.
Okay.
That's
well,
huge.
Sure. You got ult for this? Okay. You got Q ult smite?
You don't need ult.
Easy, you don't even need it.
Atacon.
Atacon is up.
I forgot about
is up.
Atacon.
You should ping Atacon.
You should push another wave too.
You cannot solo Atacon. Please,
Um,
where are you going?
Yeah, I wouldn't even do
Okay, you
Atacon.
just came flowers.
I would look for bot
Your
turret.
Garen's fighting. Your Kai'Sa's pushing bot. Your Veigar's on the way.
This is good.
You Q on the Thresh.
Galio's
Oh,
nice.
Galio. I would have gone for the Thresh, but it's good.
No, both are good. Thresh has no fudging thing here.
Galio does.
He got his
okay, he
ult.
wasted ult. Huge, huge.
This is looking good. But ask yourself, can you do this with no ult? You
Okay, Garen, you guys gotta start it.
Everyone
There's a
was
little
so
risk of
nervous
Kane
through
out
our
there.
Atacon because it just
If you're
shreds you.
confident, you can outsmite him. He's coming. You fight. Turn and fight.
This
turn and
should be a
fight.
good fight though. That's you
You
shouldn't
want
channel
to fight, your team does not.
He'll get on
He's
it.
looking for it. Here it comes.
Oh, you got
Bang.
it.
Who got it? Who got it? You got it. Your Kai'Sa got it. Kai'Sa's a demon. That damage was insane.
Good damage.
Oh my gosh, this
TP.
Kane is fed. Let's see what's happening.
It's really good. It's actually a
TP
comeback.
coming in from Ornn. Ornn has ult. It's a 2v3.
Oh, good
Oh,
knockup.
massive
Good
airborne.
hook too.
Stun comes in. Ornn ult. Ornn ult. Yes, yes.
Why am I cheering for
Ornn,
the other
do
team?
something. Ornn, use your ult. It's massive. Oh, Ornn ult comes in. On the Garen. On the Garen. Knocks up. Stun comes through. Garen is dead. Garen is dead.
Garrett,
Doesn't take one with him.
who are you rooting for?
Garen ult was down. That's why.
Yeah. It's
If
3K
Thresh
gold
looking,
lead
Thresh
though.
looking. There's a fight bot. You look. You see it. You see it.
That's like the difference between this and like a tier higher because most teams see a TP
Going-
and like okay,
It's 3v2
you
there.
can
Now
have that. We're
4v2.
getting we're getting top waves. Like look
You're
at top waves
flanking?
have
I
lost
like
like a
this.
bunch.
You check your jungle. You go in. You have ult. You have ult. Oh, look at the Galio. Ult him.
What the fudge is
The
happening?
team is not with you. Jinx rocket.
You know there's a lot
massive.
here, bro. You just
You
stood
just
there.
stand there because you're like no one's doing anything. You get hooked.
This is the
stun, you
worst
flash,
fight
you
I've ever
flash,
seen in my
You're
life.
out.
Only
That's
got
it.
one of those drakes, man.
Oh my gosh. All this talking is making me so thirsty.
Bro, I used to never talk, So whenever I started this and I started
Alright,
talking,
Sets.
my throat
All
would
your
just
camps are up. You
close
gotta
up.
clear them. Good smite. Do you see Kane bot?
I mean, you went Triforce Sundered Sky,
Ping caution.
which is pretty bad because you want
Or you
GA
don't ping
about now.
caution.
I don't know, like, I think it's just
Okay,
vibe
your
building,
brand
right?
is basing. Your Veigar's there.
They have 2 tanks, right? They should
Oh,
have,
he smurfs the shiz out of you. You're dead. Oh. Where's your damage now, Kane? Massive.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Chill your ass out.
That Ornn is still pushing top.
Yeah, no one is catching top.
Okay. Next Drake 1 minute. It's soul point for them. Dragon soul. Or not soul point, dragon soul, yeah.
Yeah. We should probably base if now.
Okay, your 2 items. Kane is... What, is this an item?
No.
that's...
That's a what?
The gold lead has shrunk. We are basically
He didn't
even
finish
right
it, bro.
now. What is your Garen doing? Your Garen is throwing.
Yeah.
Okay,
You got a base.
that's not good. Baron is up. No, it is not. I don't know what that sound was. Ornn there.
Oh my gosh,
you
you're
canceled
throwing
base just in
souls
time.
for this. Your guys are 2k off, by the
The
way.
Kai'Sa's kiting. Your Brand's here. Brand has stun. He flashes it. He's going crazy. Kai'Sa's not doing anything. Kai'Sa, do something. Do something, Kai'Sa. Like you're half HP, do something. Okay, they get Drake for that.
Yeah.
You guys fudged up.
Yeah, you did fudge up.
You buy item here?
You
No,
bought a
can't afford
pickaxe.
it. That dragon's gone, man.
Not
I'm
worth it
sorry.
at all. Not worth sending 3 top.
Yeah. That was, I don't know what that play was, I'm gonna be honest.
Nope. If we did that, we should have got topped or tier 2 top.
Okay, there's a fight mid.
It's
There's
over.
4 of them there.
Veigar's dead.
You got numbers here on the
Go
Jinx.
look Jinx.
You're just standing there. Okay, taunt. You gotta get out.
You're dead.
Massive ult on the Jinx.
No, he
That's
missed
what
the
I
Q.
like.
That's good.
Oh, massive.
You could look to
smite.
end.
Slow him.
I'm not kidding. You could look to end mid here. You have a wave.
Okay, 1 for 1. But you could. I feel like you could have lived there. Bran wants to do it. Ornn's up.
Yeah, but Ornn has to die for mid wave, so it's not
They have
really an
Dragon
end.
Soul, but you're in the lead. And you're getting Baron.
They are in the lead, which is crazy.
Kane is angry at Ornn.
What
I
is
have to
Vi
sneeze,
building?
I'm sorry if I
Black
do.
clear. What was that?
Thank
sound?
you.
What?
Alright.
Did I just sneeze?
Huge. I don't know how you lose this.
How
that
do you
Kane is
lose?
pissed. That Kane is so pissed. Okay, you are still not up.
It's an elder fight.
Yeah, you should be looking for tier 2s right now. Looking for tier 2s.
Sure.
You got Black Cleaver.
But
You're
I know
going
bro's
crazy.
gonna go for
Please
their
move.
camps.
Please move. Okay.
You can go for blue buff into like top turrets or mid turrets.
You got your red up. Next objective
That's
is
their blue.
Elder.
Yep.
I would not clear camps here. You got it. You got
No,
towers
bro
to take.
literally just bought black cleaver. There's no use getting camps.
It is a 2v4 mid. You gotta do something. You can get
There should
blue,
be
sure.
4 mid and like your most mobile dude bot lane alone.
Okay, your team's 3v5 unit.
They are in your
They are
clearing
all
camps.
dead.
They are. Why am I not looking? Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It is bad.
What are they doing?
They're throwing, bro.
I mean, this Kai'Sa and you are doing the only good plays.
Well, the best play would be to just get blue buff and look
This
mid.
Veigar is insane. Why is he
Like
playing
it's
so far
4v5
up?
is winning if you go on the Kane or Jinx.
Oh my gosh, they take your tier 3 for that.
Kai'Sa has
What
to
is
keep
that
pushing.
ping from Kane?
Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
he's
She would
looking for
died.
Kai'Sa. Where did she go? I don't know. She's not on the. Oh, she based. Okay, just clear this wave. Be an elder fight.
It
Oh,
is an
you gotta be
elder.
careful, bro. Your 2 towers.
I don't know, like, if you can tell people this, like,
Okay, we're in on
a
the
fight
thrash.
is a win.
You don't need ult here.
I shit you not, a fight is a win. Like, if you win team fight, look, Kane.
On the cane, on the cane. Massive ult.
No one's here.
Your team does
And
not follow
he
it
didn't
up.
even
I don't know
react
what
to it.
happened with your ult there.
He's dead.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
It shouldn't be bad, though. It
Okay, your
should
team
be
cleaned
winning.
up, kind of. And they literally split up. It's
Yeah, this is
Looney
the bad way.
Tunes over here. It's
I remember
Looney
they
Tunes.
split up looking for this
They
cane and he
literally
just came
split
back.
up looking for the cane. Oh my, it's so bad. Why is he sitting there? What does this Garen think he's doing? Why is he sitting there? That Galio just tried to E over the wall.
Scaren's dead.
What the fudge was that? Where's my brain cells on my team?
I don't know what's happening here.
Why is he being an elder? Oh my god, he buys epic. Elder,
It's
50
Elder.
seconds.
Yeah. You gotta clear this mid
Mm,
way.
that was. Oh,
This
what a hook.
hook.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you're out.
No, you gotta look Jinx.
The Kane's. Oh, you're good. It's massive. It's massive. Alt on someone. Alt on
Should
someone.
look at the cane.
Not him, please. On the cane. On the cane. On the cane.
Okay,
Ult the
what is
cane.
this shiz?
Just
You don't
do-
have
Yes,
ult.
yes, yes. No, they're smurfing it. Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Yes, 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 yes. It's massive. It's massive. On the Ornn. That was not the. Okay, yes.
Yeah, the wave is too dog shiz to end. 4 with Elder. You don't really need it.
Push mid.
Then you get Baron now.
Baron even. Okay, a couple more seconds.
Oh,
On
I
the Jinx,
remember
on
this
the
fight.
Jinx.
This
No,
fight
you're
is
not
awful.
doing
Bro
fighting.
should have looked the
Yes,
Jinx
you're
now,
looking,
like
you're
right
looking.
here.
A couple more seconds.
Oh,
On the Jinx.
bro sold the
It's
game.
not a retreat angle. You have.
It was so close
you-
to winning that.
Okay, it's massive. It's massive.
It's not. It's really bad. Jinx smurfs the shiz out of this.
You're kind of split up here. You're kind of split up, and it's not good.
It's 2v4 with Ornn in the back lane and Bro doesn't die. Not
Oh
only
my
does
gosh,
Bro
it's
not
so
die,
bad. It's
gets
so
so
bad.
much damage.
Okay, there's Elder.
And 3 get knocked up here.
Oh, it's so off.
It's
Oh,
really bad. But Bro missed the one
It's even-
opportunity to win.
It was.
Okay, let's get this shit over with. They just
I'd use
scaled
that
too much.
You're fighting. Onto the thrash.
It's not a good fight.
Okay, your Kai'Sa's not in it.
You don't even have GA yet. Oh, you went Thornmill. That's your mistake.
Anything for Baron. Okay, so
This is bad. This
Yeah.
is like beyond bad.
just one great Kai'Sa. Their Jinx was top. This is a huge fight. You need to take this.
Yeah, look at
Massive
Kayn.
airborne. Kai'Sa's kiting. Kai'Sa's kiting.
She
Kai'Sa's
walked
kiting.
into
You
that.
walked into that Kai'Sa.
Yeah, that's
Oh
kind of
my
funny.
gosh.
Somehow the
It's
Jinx
cooked,
wasn't
it's
here and we
so
still
cooked.
lost because we're
He's
just
dead.
hitting their tanks. GG.
You're clearing mid. Your team
No,
called.
it's over, bro. Like they get burned and just push mid. They're too strong.
But you guys should have just rushed Elder.
That is true. It's over, bro. It's
Vlad,
over.
1-for-1. 1-for-1. Look at the fight. Look at the fight.
It's ass.
Oh,
Jinx
no,
is
it's
frenzied.
miserable. That guy. And you harder work.
There were so many times it's just bronze you can just end. They don't understand like how much turret damage. Look at Galio hit the
Oh,
turret and Ornn.
Dear mother.
It's just gone. The turret is just gone. It's over, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Let's look at a game where I actually coach them and go through my process. Because that's just bronzes running around, doing whatever they want, right?
Alright. Come on, Gizmo. You got this. Starts blue.
I dropped 1,000 frames, whatever
I
that
need to
means.
do one thing real quick. Okay, Silas is AFK. Like, you don't want to be AFK as a jungler.
No shit, but this isn't
I'll
this
leave this
season.
on just to see what's happening.
He doesn't really need to do much.
Okay, he starts to move.
Who cares about the Silas? We're
Nothing
here for
crazy.
Udyr.
Goes top. Okay. Oops, wrong thing.
Bro, who cares where he
Alright.
goes?
Gizmo's Azir. Okay, I don't fully.
What?
Alright. Gizmo's Azir.
That is not
Okay,
Azir, bro.
I don't fully understand Azir. No, what? Azir? Ooh, dear.
There you go.
I know you get your ult. You can get it level 1. Why are you not? Oh, okay. I'm tripping out. I got focus.
I don't know Udyr at all back then. Now I do. I'm
Okay.
reading his passive. It's
Okay,
just his
okay.
awaken, bro.
Okay, let's see this. Okay. I like to start top always just because bot is so chaotic at trash ranks.
That's a little mean, don't you think?
Alright,
That
let's see
clear
this.
is crazy.
Good kiting, good kiting. Now you go R here, yeah. Udyr's clear is insane.
It
His
is.
clear, you get done his clear by like 3:15, I think. Yeah, one more.
315 is a good clear back then. Oh my.
I think either Nautilus or Action warded your red, which is okay.
Yeah, we
but your
see that.
Raptors could be gone.
Wait, what? That's our ward.
But right now he's on his wolves. He's so slow at clearing.
Well,
Is he
yeah,
looking for
compared
a
to
gank
Udyr.
somewhere? Okay, he's insanely slow. Somehow, like,
Are we not
low
using our
junglers,
empowered?
like, do not do the one thing you're supposed to do, which is have a good clear.
True.
Is insane to me. I don't
Yeah.
know what they're doing in these low ranks. Lux gets first kill.
We're pathing top, which is
Alright,
interesting.
alright. This is looking really good. Yep, they
Which
don't like
means
smiting
I must have
Krugs
told
here.
them to path
Whatever
bot
this
to
thing is
top.
called, I still don't know what these are called.
What
Okay,
things?
massive bot. Your bot's
The
winning hard.
Krugs?
Okay. Not a bad clear. I've seen them do better.
Yeah,
But
true.
they didn't smite also.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Silas still hasn't done his Krugs.
Good pings.
You ping caution, that's awesome, bro. I love that.
But wasn't I coaching this one?
Your Soraka does not give a shiz. That is not your Soraka. I thought you were blue
What?
side.
Flasher.
Oh, this is a massive
No.
flash.
He needs to flash E.
Just shake it off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Covering my eyes. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, bro
But
needs
you
to flash
already
E
know.
here. I must have been passively coaching.
Oh, this is a massive
Wait,
flash.
bro used E too early, then Ard.
Just shake it off.
And then just
my
face
gosh,
check the
oh my
bush.
gosh, covering my eyes. Oh my gosh, okay. But you knew he was there. I've done the same. Do like to go, whatever ring it is, Dark Seal ring, whatever it's called.
Yeah, you should go Dark Soaring.
Okay, Silas is kind of lurking too long. There's nothing there, Silas. Okay, he bases. He does not.
He's wasting his time then.
This is awesome, man. Just last play didn't happen. Just focus on your camps. Now, I don't think you pinged Akshan to go in there, but he was also low. But I don't think it matters because I feel like he
Yeah,
just
you sold
swings
that.
and you kill him. Okay, he still hasn't backed.
No, not Action, you
This
did.
is what I mean by choked on something. Like a low jungler's here. He still has not backed.
Where are we going? Straight to Drake. Well, if we wanted to do that, we should go and top the bot.
You're sniffing Drake here. You see him backing? You sniff Drake here.
We should go for a gank.
It is warded. Or not warded, the scuttle's there, but no wards on you.
You 100% was seen.
No pings on you. Okay, good ward, I really like
Yeah,
that.
because it's...
Especially with a Silas who can hook it. Soraka. Silas pings on the way. It's not looking good. If he was good, he would ping his mid to come help. Here he comes. He's gonna hook. Smite. Oh, good smite, bro. Good smite. Fight it. Play the fight. He's gonna flash here.
Doesn't
He
have
does not have
flash.
flash. When did he flash? That mid play?
Yeah.
Oh, you trade for your Yunara, but Tristana also died. You should probably leave that wave. It's actually perfect.
Well, who cares now?
Brother, wake up, wake up.
I don't know
Brother.
what Lux is doing.
Hello. Your Lux needs help there.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine.
It's fine. Just, yeah, okay.
Bro, chill your ass out, bro. Silas is dog
Your
shit.
bots crab, you could do too. If this is your support warding, this is insane. Ooh, look at these wards. Well, that ward's from you.
True.
That ward could be a little deeper here.
That could be
That
a
was
mid lane
nice.
ward.
Insane wards. You never see this in bronze. Top literally hasn't done anything. Your Nautilus is losing now. What? They haven't backed.
Oh
It's
my,
been
this is
7
a
minutes. They
non-back game.
haven't backed. How much gold are they sitting on? Okay, fuck it.
Well, you could press X, but you didn't know that. Oh. I would say anything too crazy, actually.
Okay. Just, yeah, keep clearing camps.
It's mostly just like invade timers, no? Oh, that last one was bad, though. Let's not bring that up. Oh. I think that's it, bro. I don't think there's anything else to look at. Holy shiz, man. What the fudge is going on here again? Oh, the Jarvan game? Stop hitting the small ones. 75, 170, so bros. When the fudge do we get to the Jarvan game? It's like asking for too much, I think. Okay. This is the first Jarvan game, bro. This one I was just
I
QQing.
queued through though, no?
That can't be a good word to say. Oh no, I'm just clearing. I'm practicing my clear. I got Shen ult. This is what you want to see. I got Shen ult. You know, oh my gosh, I'm one. You guys, I got Shen ult though. Does anyone remember the fight we took? It was a Drake, no? How did I double kill that? Because you killed him. It's still early. It's like 14 minutes. It's gonna be like Soul Point or something. G8 is the card for some reason. It's what the fuck? 10, 8, 6, 5. Yo, my dumbass thought I stole
10,
that.
8, 6, 5.
Did I? No,
10,
no way, I would've
8,
got gold.
6, 5.
Yo, my dumbass actually thought I stole that. Bro, you did not steal shiz, man. Did I steal that? I don't know. No, bro. Hold, I'm track. Yeah, it's the next Drake fight where we go crazy. Oh, I missed it. Or I guess not. Oh no, it's this one coming up, right? No, they're dead. Jarvan was fun, yeah. What am I
I
basing
almost
for?
right-clicked again. I'm not even lying.
Oh my gosh, the right clicks. I need to solve that. I have GA here. We win.
Wait, chill.
We
Senna
know.
Victor.
Senna Victor. Right here. I got 3. That is the most disgusting shit ever. What are these noises, man?
What?
We got a
This is-
full team ace, bro.
Disgusting.
I didn't even have to flash here. It was just EQ ult.
That is the most disgusting shit ever.
Yeah, it's five. It's 5 assists. I have 3 assists going into this.
That is the most disgusting shit ever.
And I get the 8. I think that's not even the last one we do,
Shit.
right? We do another play like that. But this one we die, which is worth. Does anyone remember it? It's the next Drake, no? Or is it Elder? I can't remember. No, it should be the Drake, you're right. So, yeah, I died. No, I didn't die. Fortune! Matter, I'm not even close either. I wanted Sterk so badly. It's here. You actually just did that shit. Yeah, but I know I come from the bottom. Pause. Yeah, it should be this, right? This and I'll get. How long can we stall? I still got a shower. How long can we stall? You think? No, we're gonna have to. No! There we go. 2-piece for that, but we die. Should go on the Senna. Karma was also a good show, kid. That's a loss. It did look.
good shiz. Might
Yeah.
be cleaner than my Mundo.
What do you say?
Anuel,
I don't want to move my face down.
regalo hasta la muerte, baby. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para que tú seas mi
Guys, I wish you could
mujer?
be both.
Baby, dime qué tengo que hacer. Giselle, mi nena. Tú eres una yala y tú eres mala.
We gotta play this game more. I need drink. Ah, there I got scammed, bro. They scammed with a drink. B plus ain't even that good. Can you imagine that? Like those engages and still getting a B plus. Anyway. It's Steam Summer, so nothing changed. Yeah, I gotta shower. Work in the morning, I'll come back. We'll catch the VOD. I'll sleep, go back to work. Revive like a game late to MSI, and then yeah, whatever. Whatever, bro. I fucking hate work. Anyway, love you.